Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something you cannot explain?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in a city called Fresno, California. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host. Sitting to the right-hand side of me is my co-host Alan Thomas.
Hi everyone.
Thank you for showing up wherever you may be. I appreciate it. I really do, because without you guys out there, we have nothing. We don't have a show. It's all about our fans, and it's all about bringing you what we can, the best every week, and hopefully you come back the following week, and hopefully we can outdo ourselves. It's gonna be hard, but we'll try. So all right, thank you very much. If this is your first time, where have you been? We've been doing this almost 7 years now, broadcasting live here, and I think we're at a point where things are really happening to us in our show, and I think we're going to continue to grow out even further. We're having a lot of people now watching us and listening to us on live stream, and we also have a whole new audience on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Yeah, you heard me right, ArtBell.com. The website is broadcasting our signal worldwide. We're sending them the audio on Skype digital, and they are pumping it through their system. So if you have two ways, you can either watch us on live stream, or if you don't want to watch us there, you can always listen to the audio on the Dark Matter Network. And they have an app. So just go to the website and you can download the app. It's free, and that way, if you're on the go, if you're driving right now, wherever across country, you can just tune in the app and listen to us on audio. So all right, well, again, I thank you very much for showing up. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I've been investigating the paranormal for over 13 years now, and so that's why you're getting a little bit of everything here. We're not just talk show hosts, we're investigators of the paranormal. Whoa, how did that happen? And so when we talk about stuff here, we kind of know what we're talking about because we actually been there, done that. You know, we go look for Bigfoot, we go look for ghosts, and we spend the nights in the craziest haunted houses, I guess you would say.
Scary places.
And we also go look for unidentified flying objects.
Yeah,
and we have a 24-hour hotline that rings off the hook, and for all type of paranormal activity, and we answer them, and that's how we get all of these cool things to talk about, because it's firsthand. It's from people letting us know what's going on out there, and we bring it right to you. So our show is not about what happened 50 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. It's about what happened last week, last couple of weeks, yesterday, last night, this morning. Anything that comes our way that is brand new, we're going to bring it to you. And we're going to probably beat out everyone that's out there. And that's what our show is all about. So continue watching us. Continue listening to us. If you're not friends with us on The Facebook, we have a like page for Paranormal Central. Go like that. I also have a personal page, Jeffrey Gonzalez, Sanger Paranormal Society. I'm like at 4,800 now. I think I got a couple hundred more left to go before I meet my limit. And Alan, what is yours? Because I always forget what yours is.
What is it again?
Yeah, Facebook. What's your Facebook?
Oh, mine's Alan Tom. Let's see, Facebook.com/Sasquatchin.
Sasquatchin. So
yeah, I made that before we were doing all this.
Yeah.
So
So go and like our pages and our walls, so that way you guys are up to date on what's going on. So we don't have Emerald today since it's Memorial Day weekend. She went to go visit the family in Madera, which is not far from Fresno. So she's out there with the family, and so we are going to take care of business ourselves. We can do it. We've done it before. So, but if I screw up, sorry. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and talk. What are we talking about tonight? Man, a lot of people, I've been investigating this stuff for a long time. And I have stories that you guys probably have heard and have not heard, depending on when you guys actually came into the picture. I have been on cases. I have driven out on some awesome UFO activity, UFO crashes that I have documented that a lot of you don't really know about. And I'm going to tell you what that particular situation is that happened in 2010. And if you guys have seen us on Chasing UFOs with James Fox and Aaron Ryder, they interviewed a couple north of Fresno who witnessed a triangle that crashed north of Fresno. His name is Justin and Eva. And I remember that day just like it was yesterday because I rolled on it. I got the call on a Saturday evening right around 7:30 and my 24-hour hotline. And I grabbed my briefcase with all my gadgets and got on the road and I was off. And on my way there, I decided to document everything that was going on. And I had the video camera in my right hand, and I had the cell phone audio speaker on my left hand, and I was freaking driving with my knee. All right. When this video came out, a lot of people said it was all planned. I had somebody in the passenger seat videotaping all this, and it was all pretty much a hoax. Well, to those people, all the things that I show you on this show, all the things that we have done in the past is 100% legit. Why? Because we're freaking investigators, people. It's as simple as that. For those people who are just talk show hosts and aren't investigators and don't like what we're doing, well, tough. I spend a lot of time and a lot of money doing what I'm doing to bring you guys the best stuff. All right? And granted, there is some killer stuff that we have that I still need to show you, and I'm going to do that tonight. And there's a lot of people who are going to hate us for that. All stinking well. All right? But first, before we get into that, plus a lot of other stuff, we're going to go ahead and call our Bigfoot reporter, Danny Valdrama. And you know what? I apologize for being forceful like that. But you know what? We're genuine people here. We're not going to make up stuff to get you to watch us every week. I don't have to do that because we have the stuff. All right? I got proof here, guys. And there's a lot of people out there who don't like that because they've been doing it longer than we have, and they don't have the stuff that we have. It's just that we have a network, and with the 24-hour hotline, it gives us that opportunity to get the great stuff for you guys. I've been paying monthly cell phone bill on this 24-hour hotline since 2003 out of my own pocket, so I can get you guys this stuff. All right, you guys. So,
and we get a ton of stuff. I mean, a lot of it we don't even report on.
No,
I mean we don't even talk about it
because we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Just for an example,
and we can't fly out of state. We don't got the budget. Like it comes from all over the world.
Right.
and we can't afford to go check it out. So the best we could do maybe is have them call in.
Right.
You know?
And like, for example, last night on my wall, somebody posted that, hey, and he said, hey, Jeff, I just finished DVRing 5 episodes of Monsters and Mysteries, and your episode was on there. And I said, cool. And what I decided to do is I went and I started posting a bunch of photographs of the windows, of the impressions, videos, and all that. And then some guy at the very end came back and says, whoa, Jeff, thank you for posting these photographs. This story now takes it to a whole new level.
Right.
Because a lot of you guys haven't seen, even though it's old news to us, it's very old news to us. And you know, even Mickey says sometimes, man, dude, we've already done that, been there. But there are people that are watching us tonight have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about the windows. For example, right now we are at probably 9,700 subscribers on live stream. 3 months ago, we were only at 325.
Right.
Now we're at 9,700, you guys. Seriously, 9,700 subscribers on live stream from 325 3 months ago. What the hell?
Well, we were at on our YouTube. The YouTube was like at 11,000 views. That was total for the whole channel, right?
Yeah.
We're coming up on 400,000.
And that's just we're talking probably what, 5-6 months?
Yeah, 5 months.
5 months. Okay. It's just out of control. This is freaking out of control. You guys are blowing us away right now.
And a lot of people, like there's a bunch of people in England.
Oh,
love you guys.
Let me tell. Okay, you mentioned England. You know, we had Richard Shaw for last. Okay, for all those who watch us continuously every week. Last week, obviously, we weren't here because we were filming for the TV show, and we had Richard Shaw in here from the Torah Codes Into the Darkness.
But you guys got scooped first. We had him on our show first by calling.
Right.
But everybody got him first here.
Now, we went out to dinner that Friday night when they drove in, and his publicist who came with Richard Shaw said after the show, their CD sold like crazy, especially from the UK.
Yeah, the international sales went nuts after the show from
So
here.
I want to thank you to everyone in the UK, England out there who are watching us, and I know the analytics show that we have a big following overseas. Thank you
and in
very
Canada.
much. And you guys are definitely, I mean, like I said, the video went off the hook in sales after we had Richard Shaw on. And it's all because of you guys in the UK. And I want to thank you very much. And they were blown away because, a lot of that's from the artbell.com and live stream. So we got, you guys are making it happen for us. And I want to thank you. Okay, so now what I want to do, and for all those who don't know, at the beginning of every show, we have a friend of ours. His name is Danny Valderrama. He is the biggest Bigfoot geek that I ever know. And he is going to give us the, 611 on Bigfoot in the past 2 weeks, because last week we weren't here. And he's going to give us like I said, the report on Bigfoot for the past couple of weeks. And I'm going to call him right now.
I want to say congratulations to everyone that graduated. No matter what it was you're studying, if you graduated this week, congratulations on making your dream come true. I think that's like a really important thing for everyone. And man, my Facebook's been going wild.
And you're talking high school, right?
High school, college, you name it. I have friends. I didn't realize how many people were in school.
Right.
Man, my Facebook went wild with the graduation stuff.
Right on. Hey, I went right on, you guys.
Some of them have letters behind their name now. You know what I mean? Like PhDs and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's so cool.
Right on. All right, Dan, are you there?
I'm here. Take a breath, Inspector Gadget.
All right, let me turn you up here. Hold on. Let me turn you up. All right.
Just to mention, that was Possessed Tranquility at the beginning of the show, The Unexplained.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people have been asking. For those who don't know, we have an in-house band, just like David Letterman did with Paul Schaefer.
Yeah, used to have. Huh?
Used to have. We have our own in-house band for the TV show, and they are called Possessed Tranquility. For all those who want information on that band and the opening tune that we use here, the band actually wrote the song for us. It's called The Unexplained, and it's about paranormal, and it just fits so perfect. It's not even funny. You can purchase that among the other songs they have written from their last album EP on iTunes. Go and just look up Possessed Tranquility, and you can get all that information there. Or you can just go to our website, and there's links and all that kind of stuff. Alan did all that. So, all right. I am trying to turn you up, and for some reason you are low. Talk to me.
Let me stand up.
Okay, go ahead and talk for me.
Yeah.
How you doing, baby?
Yeah, you're good.
Put your
Just
mouth closer to the microphone.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, talk closer to the mic.
I don't have a mic. I have a phone.
You have a phone. You have a sticking phone. Well, see, if you actually came over here, we would set you up really nicely, dude.
I can't. I got too many graduation parties to go to.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yep.
That's cool.
Wow.
As soon as I'm done here, I'm really late for one.
Oh, that's right. Sorry about that.
Are you like you're the photographer though, aren't you? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just a guest.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Cool.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take off here. For all those who are listening to us at artbell.com right now, we sent over the webmaster Keith the photographs that Danny is going to be talking about, and they are marked. They're Bigfoot Paranormal Central on today's date, so you can go ahead and look at the photographs that we're going to be talking about. So you're not going to miss out on anything if you go to the artbell.com website right now, homepage, and follow along with us. All right, Mr. Danny, we're going to go ahead and...
The crowd wants to see your T-shirt. They want to see the face on your shirt.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
Flash them.
Flash them. All right, hold on.
Dun, dun, dun.
UFO... That's what I'm talking about.
Someday we'll
Actually,
have a shirt. You know.
I got this in Mount Shasta. There's a store. Oops, wrong side. There's a store that in downtown where I actually purchased a crystal skull and some other things, and we got this in Mount Shasta. I'm pretty sure you can buy the shirt anyplace else. It's just not, Mount Shasta. But okay. Mr. Danny sent me some photographs, and like I said, they are on the Art Bell website right now as we speak, and we're going to go to photograph number 1, and we are rocking and rolling. Go for it, Danny.
So the Dogman. This was from Onaway, Michigan in 2004. And the side-by-side comparison you're looking for was done by Paris Leisure, and he thinks it kind of looks like either a chow or a bear. I think it kind of looks like a lion.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a lion.
Kind of like a cougar.
Yeah, or it could be like a Native American. Sometimes they wear animal pelts because it's kind of high off the ground.
I see what you're saying.
Sometimes they do wear, like they put the face on their face like a mask, and let the pelt go over their shoulder and stuff. Whoa, yeah.
Or it might be smaller than we actually think it is, and it could be like a raccoon or something.
Or a house cat.
But the story behind this is that this was taken by a child in the back of a minivan. The family had stopped at a rest stop and in the middle of the night, and as they drove away, the kid saw something behind the minivan following it, so it was said that he turned around and took a picture of it, and that's where the second picture, you can see the full-size picture, and you can see the back brake light.
It was following? You mean like running behind him?
Like running behind him.
Oh, my God.
Really? That's a freaking lion, dude. Right now, okay, I can see, like, there's the bottom part of a window of a vehicle.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like the brake light.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
That's what it says. And if you look away, if you Google this, you type in Onaway photo or Dogman photo, and this will come up on there. It's supposed to be from 2004. So he saw the creature running behind him, and he turned around and snapped a photo of it.
Wow.
And some people are saying, well, why does a kid have a camera in the first place? But, we took a seven state tour, like a vacation with our kids,
Sure.
And we gave them cameras when they were small, just to see what their pictures would look like too. And
yeah, I mean,
a lot of pictures with head cut off.
My son carries my iPad wherever, wherever he goes, and he's 9 years old, and now he's starting to do stop action movies, like Legos, but with Hot Wheels and stuff. So he's moving, snap, move, snap, move, snap, and then when you play it, it's like and that's what he's doing right now with my iPad. And I'm going, really, dude?
Dang, you
That's
need to
pretty
put him
cool.
in film school.
He loves that crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I could definitely see a child taking a photograph through a window, because the technology now, everyone has a phone or an iPad or, I can see this happening.
I don't see the flash, if there was a flash that went off, but it is pretty bright in the car already, so there is a flash somewhere.
Okay.
But it's not in the reflection of the window.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, you could tell
this
because
is-
the panel or whatever, the light is lit up.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was lucky that didn't flash the window.
Because or else you would have got nothing.
That looks like a female lion.
It really does.
It does.
But I don't know you can't tell how big it is,
No, you can't.
or if it's a fake or what's going on.
Right.
It almost looks like it's on a stick or something.
There is something
Right there.
just below the arm, but you can't tell what it is.
Interesting. Okay. All right. And when did this happen?
This was in 2004. The
Okay.
last picture is a map of where it happened. It shows Onaway, Michigan.
Way
And they
up
took
there.
this on the way out of there.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I know if I was seeing that in my review mirror, I'd be getting out of there.
They do report that there's been hundreds of dogman sightings in that area for hundreds of years, and they all report the same exact thing,
Wow.
like an upright walking dog
Really?
coming after you.
That's over there where my sister lives. I'll have to go take a visit one day and go camping.
Is there an abundance of satanic worshipers in that area by any chance?
There could be, because that actually was populated before we were. You know what I mean? Where they land on Plymouth Rock.
Right.
So the population actually, the white man population or whatever, we all migrated to the west. So that was more populated for a longer period of time than California. Historically.
Right on. Okay. Next, picture number 4, people. We're going right now. And for those who are watching us or following us on the artbell.com website, picture number 4. And I know
This
the
was off of-
story.
This was off of Highway 50, and in the Pollock Pines area. And for those who don't know, it's here in California, and that's between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe. And this happened in July of 2014. A man and his girlfriend were camping, and they go to this secluded spot every year. And you have to park and hike in about a mile to get to this spot, and they kind of found it by accident. They crossed a river, and there was this big open area hidden. So they camp there every year, and during the middle of the night, his girlfriend woke him up saying that she heard somebody walk, because it's right next to a river. She heard what sounded like somebody on 2 feet crossing through the river. So he sat there listening, and he could hear the same thing. Somebody on 2 feet, like it sounds like you're running, trying to get through the river, a high water, and you can hear that same sloshing around. So he jumped out of the tent and with his flashlight, and he started shining it around the whole area, the river, and all the surrounding forest. And he couldn't see anything. He said it was about 50 feet away. But he yelled out, telling whoever was out there that there was 2 people here camping, so go the other way. And he didn't hear a sound. And nothing leaving the water, nothing in the forest or anything. So they didn't think anything of it. They just thought it was strange about in the middle of the night around 3 in the morning. He said it's kind of weird after thinking about it because it was a glacial runoff, so the water was ice cold, and you'd be crazy to be standing in it in the middle of the night.
Right.
So they didn't think anything of it. The next day they hiked back out to their cars, and when they got to their cars after hiking that mile out of there, they turned around and they looked up in the trees, just getting a last look at the forest there before they left. And then you can see on that first picture, it should be actually the next picture should actually be the first one.
Oh.
He saw two black objects up in the trees at the very tall point, and these trees were pine trees about 60 to 70 feet high. And he could see something going up a tree in the middle, climbing the tree. He said it didn't look like a bear because it didn't have ears. There was no snout. So it looked like a lean humanoid figure climbing up the trees. And he could see them both. He said they were trying not to move, but they were trying to like position themselves to get comfortable up there. It kind of looked like they were hugging the tree.
Right.
And he said they were both about 4 feet tall, about 100 pounds. So they were really small, but in the pictures they looked pretty big.
Yeah.
And if you go back to the first picture, he said they snapped off the top of one of the trees, and you can see that on that first picture.
Shoot.
Roll into that one?
Whoa, dude.
So he said they didn't see him do it, but the tree wasn't broken, and then the next time they looked up there and it was broken. So they did it while they were there, but they didn't see it happen. And he pulled out his cell phone, and he was taking all these pictures with it. He said he took a lot. There was about 8 pictures. I didn't give you all of them,
right.
But some of them they did post. This was from the BFRO site, and some of them they did post comparisons to bears. And on the bear pictures, you can see the ears sticking out. You can see the snout. And on here, he's about 500 feet away, so you can't really see any of that.
Right.
So if they did have them, you can't really see.
Wow. All right.
But it was pretty weird.
Porcupine, they eat the top of pine trees. But I
Yeah,
I don't know
the
what they
BFRO
look
site's
like.
saying that they're not saying that these are Bigfoots. I mean, they got reports of porcupines climbing the trees, just like you said,
Yeah.
Well,
and cubs climbing the trees.
How
too.
big are porcupines? I mean,
Not that big. I ran over 5 of them in Oregon one time. They're all in a line about
Okay,
3 o'clock in the morning.
but that's Oregon, though. Are they in California?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shot one when I was a teenager, and we made spaghetti. We used it for the meat for spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay.
Yeah, is that like what in
That's
that
not
picture?
possible.
I got the next photograph up.
Is it like right next to the side? Is
Yeah.
it in the those two sides?
We're talking about this one here
and the other one over there.
and the other one over here.
Yeah, and the tree right next to it has another black figure in it.
Right.
So you can kind of see like legs,
I can.
arms.
Yeah, sort of, kind of, right.
Like rolling.
kind of hugging the tree, hanging on.
Huh.
He said they were trying to stay still, but he could see them wiggling and trying to get comfortable up there. But when he saw the second one, he thought it was kind of odd that they would be both climbing different trees, because usually they all climb the same tree.
Now, what do you mean they? Who was he referring to?
He at first they thought they were bears,
Okay.
but then he looked. The more he looks, and when he's looking at the pictures after, he said no way were those bears. He couldn't see any ears, couldn't see the snout, and his wife or girlfriend was getting kind of freaked out. So they watched them for about a total of 3 minutes. He wanted to get as many pictures as he could, and she wanted to get out of there. She was afraid that they were going to come down.
Can you imagine with the rifle right there?
I would have shot one, just or shot at it to see what happens.
See if it came
Well, he
down.
did shoot it, but it was with a cell phone.
Right, yeah. But I mean, if I had a rifle, I would like put a few rounds over there by it and see if it comes out of the tree.
Because I can tell you that right now, guys,
Because if you're
that's not okay. For those two are going, but what if it's a human being? No, that's not going to be a human being climbing that freestyle.
No, not all the way up there.
Come on, you guys.
He said they got all the way up to the tip of the tree.
I've seen porcupine in the tops of trees, and I've also seen bears. I actually have a picture my son took of a bear up by, when we were camping, and it was a baby one, and he was up in the tree sitting up there, and we got a couple of pictures of him up there. So they do go up there, but I don't know. That's pretty far away
to me. That seems that two porcupines would this to me right here. That seems that whatever is there right now on the top of these trees,
it's bigger than a porcupine.
They have I don't want to say common sense, but they're thinking about what they're doing, because you got two of them together. The question is, would two porcupines climb two different trees together to go to the very top. It's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
normally the porcupine, they eat at night.
Okay.
And so you'll find them up in the trees at night like that. In the daytime, they're more nocturnal. You know, they're not really a day thing. The one we shot was early in the morning, like right. You know, they were probably heading to an area where they bed for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't they kind of look like a ball shape, though?
yeah, it kind of does.
This one kind of looked like a humanoid.
Yeah,
He said it was jet black, all one uniform color, jet black,
yeah,
humanoid shape. So, but if these were two small ones, Mama wasn't too far away.
That's for sure. That'd be the
So
only
he kind of
thing.
he kind of put that together with what they heard the night before,
yeah.
because which wasn't too far away, so all within a mile.
See, that would make me not shoot. If I actually thought there was a mama went by, I wouldn't even take a shot at all.
Why?
Because I know how fast they are. I've seen them run.
Porcupines.
No, Bigfoot.
Oh.
If I thought it was Bigfoot and
right.
there was two baby ones up there,
Right.
I wouldn't even aim my rifle at it.
Right.
Because it can chase your car down and rip the door off.
Okay,
and
well,
get you.
let's eliminate then that I don't think these are porcupines.
Right.
Okay, so now let's talk about bears.
Bears don't usually go all the way up in the tree like that, and they don't break off the top of the tree.
Right.
They don't.
It.
And usually they only go up in the tree for safety. They're not up there to eat anything. Unless there's a honey, or something up there for them to eat. But why would that would, like what Danny said, they would go up one tree, right?
Right.
Because they're going after the same thing.
Right. Or these two objects are trying to get to a spot where they can visually
see
those guys that are camping.
See, now Joe Walls, that is what he says when we're at the spot. He says to always look in the top of the trees because they get up there and they scope us out.
And they scope us out and they freeze and they
Yeah.
don't move, and we can probably walk right underneath them, not even knowing.
Like that tree that we showed here on this show with the firewood way up in the top. I mean, that it makes sense,
Yep.
that it could be that.
Yep.
They're sitting up there in their little.
They're just
Picnic
checking them out.
bench.
That's what they're doing. They're checking them out. They're being kids. These are juvenile Bigfoots, and they're being what any kid would do is climb a tree. But, Bigfoots are known to climb trees,
Yeah.
and obviously they're not afraid of heights. So, juveniles to climb this high is probably nothing to them.
It's probably the jungle gym.
not,
Yeah.
They probably are the same way as bears. They were probably taught that to get away out of danger, Because you could get out of danger up in a tree.
Yeah.
And we can't climb a tree like that, not freestyle.
Heck no.
Usually, the branches on these trees are not enough,
Not enough for weight.
Right, they'll break. So they're really not using the branches like
They're
stepping tools. They're climbing right up like a pole.
Right. With their feet.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
The rest of the pictures are just close-ups.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to tell you this is exactly what I think it is, but
It's a blob squatch.
It's a blob squatch.
Yeah.
I see, what could be feet down here, and I see a hand right here. Something is hugging that tree, and I don't think it's a bear. I don't think it's a porcupine. So it's either two things then: a human being.
That'd be the opportunity. He had him cornered.
Dude, he could have just stood there. But for two people who don't know anything about Bigfoot and probably don't have any weapons on them, they're probably scared out of their minds.
Yeah, it took him 3 or 4 months to actually report it.
Yeah, see.
After it happened, because he wasn't sure. But the more he played in his mind, that there's nothing else it could have been.
No, yeah. Well, we know probably what it was. Are we certain? No. But
one thing we know they're excellent at is hide and seek. And this is like a good example of right in the middle of the day. They're right in your face, 500 feet or whatever away, but you can't make it out because they mix in to the woods and stuff. And being coal black like that, you just become a shadow.
Right.
And that's what everybody says too. Like, I was looking and I thought it was a burnt stump or a shadow, and then when I turned and looked, it was gone. It's like,
Right.
If they don't move, you're not going to see them.
That's right.
And he got lucky. He turned around.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Next picture is
Number 9.
number 9.
Uh-oh. It looks like
Number 9.
he's going to eat some campers.
Yep. This is from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resource, out where Ginger is. And this is a little kid, his 5-year-old, named Lincoln. And this is a Make-A-Wish event. And for those who don't know, Make-A-Wish is they grant wishes of terminally ill children. So he lives in southeast Wisconsin. Lincoln's wish was to go camping, hunt for Bigfoot, and roast marshmallows with him. So they took him out. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources took him out out to the Kettle Moraine State Forest, the Pine Lake unit, and took him Bigfoot hunting. He met with Ranger Sarah, who's pictured with him, and Lincoln used the full bag of Bigfoot tracking tools. They also included jelly beans and marshmallows to leave there to follow, to have Bigfoot follow him. And he did end up finding Bigfoot prints, and he followed the prints all the way to this camper that you see there. And he did a Bigfoot call, and he was shocked when Bigfoot answered him. So when Lincoln went inside the trailer there, Bigfoot was sleeping on the couch there. So he woke him up, and
Yeah, it looks like a Wookiee. Yeah.
so when he woke up, he had a new best friend.
There you go. That's a tall dude, though.
Yep. The next picture is them two together. And his mom, Kelly, says that the look on his face when he called for Bigfoot and Bigfoot called him back is a memory that she'll always treasure and brings tears of joy to this mama.
Right on.
Man, where'd they
Amazing
find
day.
that guy? He's huge.
He's tall. He's very tall.
He is.
I think that's pretty awesome, the Department of Natural Resources, to do that for them.
Yep.
No kidding.
Even though they're not supposed to talk about that kind of stuff.
Nope.
They really aren't. That's funny. They can't. Yeah, but they can make a wish come true, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
They could hire a Wookiee.
Right on. Okay.
Pretty cool.
So you are going to a graduation party right now?
Yep.
Who's
Today, tomorrow, a couple of weeks, there's three in a row.
Damn.
Wow.
A lot of kids graduating that we know.
Yeah. So what's do you want to talk about what you told me about this morning?
Sure.
What's
There's
going
a
on?
dark
Dude?
cloud over Kingsburg right now.
What is going on?
We don't know. It's just pretty
Okay.
wild over here. I mean, we've had four young people pass away in the last couple of months.
Committing suicide.
One was due to a car accident,
Okay.
but the other 3 were suicides.
And that's all from the high school there.
Yeah, he was out of high school. He was a friend with my daughter's, but he committed suicide too. He was the first one.
And then the
And
other
then
one.
we had two in the last 3 or 4 days.
And then one was a friend of Dresden, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was supposed to graduate with him in about a week and a half.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah. And the other one that happened on Friday night was a freshman.
Are they like seeing? Is there anything like? Maybe we'll find out later because it hasn't been long enough. But is there anything like a music song or something that they all were doing the same thing of?
Were they seeing
I don't
any
think so.
psychiatrist or anything like that?
No. The first one that did on Tuesday morning, straight A student. He was a valedictorian.
What?
He took the military test and got in the top, scored in the highest percent that you could. He was approved to go to he wanted to go to the Navy. He's going to be sent to a nuclear science school, and they're paying for everything. And he's going to be on a nuclear sub as a nuclear engineer.
Wow.
He was as smart as anybody you know.
And he took his own life.
Really smart kid.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Doesn't.
He
make
took
sense.
all the AP classes and all that stuff, and did really well in all of them. Valedictorian.
That just blows me
It's
away.
crazy.
Yeah, that blows me away. There's something going on that I hope
Something's going on.
I hope
We'll never know.
they investigate these, and
Yeah.
because that doesn't make sense to me.
What
And
about
I don't know anything about the other kid, the freshman.
What
I know
about
who he is. I've seen him a couple times, but that's it.
What about the other thing you were telling Jeff about, where the people were seeing the flash, and then they went outside and the dirt was?
Oh.
I mean.
Oh yeah, that was the guy that gave Jeffrey his phone number.
He didn't call me. This was that
He didn't call you.
right? Shields and Blackstone, correct?
Yeah, Shields and Blackstone.
Okay, now let me tell you something. Okay, well, go ahead and describe to us what you overheard him say.
Well, he said that he was in his house, and there's a house right next to the area that they saw the flash. They were inside. He and his wife both saw a flash, just a bright flash, and so he ran out. His wife stayed in the house, and as he ran out to see what it was, he ran to the side of the house, in between the two houses, and to see what it was. And there was two other neighbors, one from across the street and one next door, that came out with him, and they all saw it too. And they ran, and in the dirt area was just a circle with dust rising up from it, like something exploded there and it was rising up. And they didn't know what it was. They said I said, well, was it a power line that arced or something like that? He said, there's no power lines above the houses. No, nothing. These power lines are closer to the street. Okay. There's nothing there that it could have been. He said, but that's the second time it's happened, and we haven't seen what it was.
Let me tell you something. When you told me the location, directly west, if you were let's say if you were just a little bit north of Shields and Blackstone, and you went west to, I think it's maybe Fruit Avenue, 6 years ago, and I don't think you went with me. I think it was Emerald and myself, where a couple witnessed a UFO, a red UFO the size of a VW bug, and it was floating out in front, and it was going behind homes, and they started chasing after it, and then a neighbor came out and saw it too. This is in the same line of sight as where this circle phenomena occurred. A lot of people say we have portals and stuff like that. I wonder if that is one location where this stuff is happening, because that just, when you said that intersection, I'm going, are you kidding me? Huh, interesting.
Well, there was no sound. Sound. They just saw the bright flash.
Can you find out? I mean, I know you do.
Yeah, I'll see him on Tuesday.
Okay, find out if I can come down and talk to him.
All right.
Because something like that.
You can take a Geiger counter.
Exactly. I have my Geiger counter, man.
Yeah.
We can go out there and see if there's get any readings.
An EMF and everything.
Dude. So
check it out.
See what you can do. Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Danny. Go have some fun. Don't drink and drive.
All right. Never.
Yeah, right. So. All right, Danny, man. Thanks, dude.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, don't drink. He doesn't have to. He kills people anyways. You run them over without any alcohol in the system. That's a long story,
people
guys.
Are just jumping out to get run over by him. Look at Stanny jump out in front of his truck. I don't want to say her last name.
Oh yeah, Terry Blair. Oh.
Yeah.
No kidding. And they witness a lot of stuff there, don't they?
Yeah.
Whoa.
See, that was the last thing that was posted on the chat, and then
we
froze up.
Okay. We were talking about the possible taking the Geiger counter, possible portal, and all of a sudden, boom, we get cut off. Huh. Coincidence? And it hasn't happened in a long freaking time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's telling us we're onto something right there, you guys.
Yeah, especially when you were saying about the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And then we should go out there.
Yeah, take the Geiger counter and have Danny go talk to the person. Click. Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it never.
You got. Okay. If you guys are really cutting us off at those particular times that are very important to you, you guys are stupid, because that's telling us we hit on something that you don't want us to listen to.
And for Keith, we couldn't turn Danny up for some reason.
What, Danny was low on Keith's side?
Yeah.
That's weird, because usually we have him blown up.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was low to me too.
Yeah, he was. But I had the volume turned up all the way down here on his. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know why, Keith. So okay, well, hopefully next time we can figure it out. So, all right, well, let's continue on with some cool stuff, and we are going to get into some really cool stuff here, guys. You ready? Okay. First thing, on the front cover of the TV Guide, I just picked this up because I went to Vaughn's. It's David Duchovny on the front cover. The X-Files star takes on Charles Manson. He has a new show. It's called Aquarius. It's a thriller. Haven't really taking a look at that because, you know, the X-Files is pretty much my show. So, you know, I don't know. I might want to go take a look at, see what Aquarius is all about, but I just can't wait. Supposedly within a couple of days, I think a week, they're going to start filming the new X-Files, guys.
That's cool.
I can't wait.
I know a lot of people are doing that. And then on my Facebook page, I got people counting down when Art Bell comes back.
Which is July the 20th.
53 more days, 52 more days. I mean, everybody can't wait for Art. Neither can I. I mean, he's like the godfather of paranormal radio.
And from what I understand, is he is going to be going on live July the 19th, right after our show at 9 o'clock. And I think they're going to try out the new equipment and stuff like that. So on the Sunday before the 20th, which I believe is a Sunday, I think his show is going to go from 9 to 12, Monday through Friday, from what I understand. Maybe even later than that. I'm not sure. But on July the 19th, they're going to do a test run. And that's going to be the 9 o'clock, if I'm correct. I think it's 9 o'clock on that Sunday, July the 19th. So it's an hour after us going off the air, Art Bell is going to come on.
I'm really glad that he picked the way to go on that he's going on, because you know like what we know is we have a lot of latitude. You know, I mean, we could do anything we want, and we don't owe anyone, you know, anything. I mean, we could do whatever we want, and we could have the quality or not the quality. You know what I mean? Like. I know there's a lot of people that has the $24 Walmart special headphone microphone thing, you know, and you know, I know there's a lot of them, and you can be as good as you want to be, and I like that he picked be as good as you want to be and do whatever you want to do and don't answer to anyone, you know, like that, and I kind of commend him, and I know that was a really hard decision for him. You know, because he was used to having the backing of, you know, everything, but he also had to answer to those people. See? Now he doesn't. He doesn't have to answer to anyone. You know, as long as it's out of his own thing. You know.
So he has the ability to do anything he wants to now. And to a certain extent, only because if he has sponsors, then you know he has to. But, you know, even before then, Art Bell was not the type of guy who cussed or did anything crazy like that. I mean, Art Bell was Art Bell. So
yeah, he was real professional. You know, otherwise that show wouldn't have went that good.
So. All right, let's continue on. Now, an incident that occurred here in Fresno, California. Year was 2010. The date was August the 20th, I believe. And...
Yeah, it was summer. I remember that.
Well,
it still got kind of chilly.
It was chilly at night, and I want to tell you that was a fact when it came to Chilly Willy. All right, so Saturday, I believe August the 20th was a Saturday. It was around 7 on Saturday night, right around 7 o'clock, and I remember this like it was yesterday. God, what's the name of that show?
This is about right whenever I was getting involved.
2.5 Men. And was on. And I just got out of the shower, and I was putting on some shorts and a shirt, and my 24-hour hotline rang, and I answered it. And it was Justin. Justin, we became friends with Justin maybe just a couple of months before, I think. I think it wasn't too far, you know, maybe 3 months.
Yeah, because he was having, like...
weird stuff happened at his house.
Over there, weird stuff.
And I told Justin if anything crazy ever happens to call my 24-hour hotline. And before, he did used to call me. Some crazy stuff. He said, Jeff, there's stuff happening over here, you know, flying overhead. He couldn't quite make out what they are. Things running around his house. And, you know, at that point in time, I'm going, okay, what is this guy really witnessing? And so some of those times I did go, and a lot of them I didn't go because he was calling me a lot. And so I didn't know what to make of it. One day, on a Saturday, again, my phone rang, and Justin answered the phone. I answered the phone, and it was Justin. And Justin is saying, Jeff, a triangle just crashed on the side of the hill over here where I lived. And my mind sort of kind of went blank. And I telling myself, what did I just hear? And a triangle just crashed on the side of the hill where I live. And I'm going, Justin, come on, dude, really? And he goes, Jeff, seriously, it just crashed on the side of the hill. And in the background, I can hear some people talking, and I didn't know who it was at the time. And I can hear them saying, there it is, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm going to myself, what am I just listening? What am I listening to right now? And
yeah, because this time it wasn't just Justin. You're hearing the background people going, oh my God.
Yes, and I'm going to myself, okay, what am I about to get into? And I go, Justin, okay, tell me what just happened. And he says he had just driven up his driveway, his dirt road driveway, and he went to the grocery store with Eva, I believe. And they were offloading the groceries from the back. And I don't remember what kind of a truck it was, or I don't remember, but it was the back. And I don't know who saw it first, but they noticed some bright lights on the side of the hill. And they all turned, and they noticed that, and it was still daylight at that time.
Right, yeah.
Okay, 7 o'clock in August. It's still sunlight, and they were witnessing this black, gray. I don't remember what color it was, on the side of a hill with lights on it. And that's when Justin called me and told me what was going on. And at that point in time, I had to realize, okay, am I going to go over there and am I going to witness nothing? Is it going to be, oh, our mistake, Jeff, it wasn't anything, it was just lights on the side of the hill, we thought it was something, but it wasn't, sorry. But the way Justin was communicating to me over the phone, the way I was hearing the audible coming from the other people, and again, at that time, I didn't know who they were, talking or yelling or screaming. And I said, okay, it sounds to me that this might be the real deal. So I run down the stairs, and I still have Justin on the phone, and I'm talking to him. As an investigator, you guys, I am ready to go at a moment's notice when I get a call, depending if it's close by my home, if it's in the Fresno area. I have a couple of briefcases that are loaded, and all I have to do is grab them and go out the door. And what I have in there are my infrared Sony cams, night vision, anything I need, binoculars, anything that I need to scope out an incident. All I have to do is grab a couple of briefcases and I'm out the door. Well, I'm running down the stairs, and Cheryl, my wife, is watching TV, and I tell her what's going on, and she looks at me and she goes, have fun. And I grab my briefcases, I go out the door, I get into my truck, and I turn on the truck, and that's when I decided, you know what? I don't want to miss out on anything. I better document this as I'm driving to the location north of Fresno. I live in the Sunnyside area, you guys, and I'm just going to give you a sort of location, Jensen and Clovis Avenue, all right? And so my intention was to go north on Clovis, hop on the 180, go west on the 180, hop on the 168, go north, which goes now northeast, northeast, and I was planning to get off on Fowler. No. What did I do? I went
Shepherd.
No, what I did is I went down Willow. So I got off on Shaw Avenue, and I got on Willow, and I went north on Willow, and I kept on going north on Willow, and I took a right on Copper Avenue. That's how I went. And all this, I have the video camera in my right hand, and I have the cell phone speaker going on, and I'm talking to Justin as he is, giving me the play-by-play. And that's what I told him. I said, Justin, I'm recording right now. I want you to tell me what's going on. So right now, what I'm going to do, and you guys I have to apologize for this, because Right now, we are broadcasting 2 ways. We are sending video and audio HD quality on the live stream network, and we're also sending audio onto the Dark Matter Network at the artbell.com website. But for some reason, we can't send the audio together. It won't work. So what I did is I sent Keith, the webmaster at the artbell.com website, the 5 videos or 6 videos that I'm going to be showing tonight, and they're posted right now on the homepage. So if you guys want to go to them and watch them, we're going to go individually down the line and watch each one. So right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to play for you guys right now the audio and video of me in the car or in my truck heading down the freeway over to Justin.
Yeah, and you know what he's doing? He's got a phone in one hand, a camera in the other hand, and he's driving with his knees.
Okay.
And then we saw. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now to make sure this volume right is I'm going to get on my cell phone and I'm going to get the volume correct.
We're coming from the other side of the mountain.
You guys
like
tell me on
flashes
chat.
of light from the other side of the mountain.
Okay.
And then after a while,
They are.
we saw, I don't know if it was a truck
right?
or took a car or something.
Okay.
Came over the top of the mountain, which that's probably what those lights were headlights coming up the mountain. And then they came down the mountain towards directly to where that was, whatever it is.
Okay, so I'm recording right now. I want you to tell me what you just saw crash on the side of the hill over there near Copper Avenue. What did you see? What is it that you think you see right now?
I have no idea what it is.
Okay, how big is it?
Yeah, I'm not good at that kind of thing. You should talk to Jess over that kind of thing. I have no idea. I'm not used. I mean, I'm not from here, so I don't know how big that mountain is.
Right.
It looks like it's I don't know how far away it is, but it looks like.
Hold on here, guys. All right, let me go to that.
Okay.
And then we saw when it first was there, we saw light. Were coming from the other side of the mountain, like flashes of light from the other side of the mountain.
Okay.
And then after a while, we saw, I don't know if it was a truck or took a car or something.
Okay.
Came over the top of the mountain, which that's probably what those lights were headlights coming up the mountain. And then they came down the mountain towards directly to where that was, whatever it is.
Okay, so I'm recording right now. I want you to tell me what you just saw crash on the side of the hill over there near Copper Avenue. What did you see? What is it that you think you see right now?
I have no idea what it is.
Okay, how big is it?
Yeah, I'm not good at that kind of thing. You should talk to Jess over that kind of thing. I have no idea. I'm not used. I mean, I'm not from here, so I don't know how big that mountain is.
Right.
It looks like it's I don't know how far away it is, but it looks like it would be pretty big if the mountains are, really far away.
Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. Just to let everybody know, right now I'm on my way. I just got a call from one of my.
Hold on a second. This is not a plane. This is an airplane, right?
Okay, just to let everybody know, right now I'm on my way to that. I've just got a report from a skywatcher out of this hill that we have a downed aircraft, and it's a. They say it's a triangle with the light in the center, and it just hit the side of a hill over here, and there's a lot of cars going up to it right now, and I have Justin, I have the mother on the phone as we speak. And can you put Justin on the phone real quick so I can have him describe what he's seeing?
Sure.
Hey Justin, it's Jeff. I want you to go ahead and just I'm video recording me driving to the location right now. I need for you to tell me exactly what you just saw and what's happening out there. Go ahead and describe it.
First when they showed them, they asked me what that was.
what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute it on this side, and I'm going to pretty much tell you what he was saying, and I'm going to go ahead and just narrate it myself. All right, so this is what the case was. I'm driving down right now, down to Clovis Avenue. He is trying to describe to me what they are witnessing, and they are describing it as a triangle object, and it's sitting on the side of the hill. And he is saying that that it's trying to lift up. Okay, it's trying to lift up, and when it lifts up, and you can't tell because it's very far away from the hill, that when it lifts up, the lights around it increase in speed, and then it loses power and it falls back down. All right, and what happened is I was also talking to the mother. The two people who I was listening to in the background was Eva, his wife, and his mother, who was down from Stockton. And they were both looking at it, and she was telling me what she was witnessing. So here I got three people telling me all the same thing. So that's telling me, okay, I got something going on here. At that point in time, I'm driving down the 168. I got butterflies in my freaking stomach. This is so exciting. I'm going, you got to be kidding me. Am I going to actually witness an UFO? And when I say UFO, you guys, unidentified flying object. At this point in time, we don't know what it is. So I'm like halfway there, and then all of a sudden Justin says, Jeff, there are cars coming from over the mountain. And I said, okay. And he goes, but there's the only problem, Jeff. There's no roads from over the mountain. So I don't know where these cars are coming from. And it's still light out, okay? And he's saying now they're dropping off people, and the vehicles are going back over the hill, and they're dropping off the people, and the people are running towards the object. And I'm going, what? What? You got to be kidding me. And he says, no, Jeff. And so right now there are people surrounding this object, and I guess is what they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out why it crashed.
See, now for me, that part right there, okay, this mountain doesn't ever have anybody on it, right, or any lights or anything, nothing going on ever, right? And then all of a sudden, these guys are getting there before Jeff.
Now,
see, that part is what blows me away.
Now, for all those who have been listening and watching us forever, we have told you guys that we know, well, I don't want to say we know, we think there is an underground facility north of Fresno. For these vehicles to come out of freaking nowhere and ascend onto the crash in a matter of minutes is telling me right around this area where this crash occurred is a door, an opening where these vehicles are coming from, because they got there awfully quick. This is the same area where the ancient ruins that we found many, many years ago are located. This is the same area where white vehicles have been known to stake out the area. Okay, this is where all the action occurs north of Fresno. Is where this triangle crashed. So when he was telling me that there was people being dumped off by vehicles, that's telling me, okay, it's probably ours and top secret, whatever it is, and they're trying to get it fixed and trying to get it off that mountain before I arrive. Now, I'm turning onto Copper Avenue, and Justin goes, Jeff, everybody's leaving. I'm going, what? He goes, yes, everybody is leaving. And I'm going, well, I am really close to get to your house. And he goes, well, that's why. They know you're on your way. I'm going, well, duh, they know that I'm on my way. It's only obvious because they keep tabs on me all the time.
Well, and they keep tabs on Justin like crazy. They probably tapped his phone, had his phone tapped and everything. I mean, they probably had cameras aiming at his house and everything.
Okay, so at that point in time, as I'm driving now, getting closer to his house, like I'm talking about maybe a quarter mile, it's dark already. And I drive up his driveway, And I get out and I go, Justin, where? And it's dark now, and he's pointing there. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to post the last video, and I'm just going to show you the hill from his house, this perspective that we had visually towards his house, because it's not close at all, you guys. Okay. Let me forward it a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Right now, what I'm showing you guys on the screen is the location of his house to that hill or mountain. And we're talking a long distance, guys. It's not close at all. So the object that they were witnessing had to be a good sized object for them to get to be noticed.
Right.
Right? Okay, it wasn't like a small little tiny toy drone or anything. I mean, we're talking probably 3-4 miles from the location. So this photograph that I'm showing you right now, or this video, and I have it on pause, is the morning after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it out right now. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next video. So what I did is, as soon as I got there, I grabbed my briefcases, I jumped on the back bed of my truck, I took out the tripod, I set up all my equipment, turned on my Sony cam, and I started videotaping towards that hill in the dark. All right, now, it was about 8 o'clock, 8:30 when I arrived, and I was only wearing shorts, I had sandals, and I had a t-shirt. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because granted, like you said, it was summer, but when it got dark, it gets a little chilly up there, especially up there near the hills. So I am on the top of my truck. I'm, talking to Justin. Justin keeps pointing me there, and I'm going, where, dude? I don't see anything. Well, it was dark already.
Right.
All right. And I saw a couple of lights, and I said, okay, is that a house? And he goes, no, Jeff, there's no houses there. There's no houses there. And I'm going, are you sure? And he's going, yes. And I'm going, okay, well, I'm going to stay. Is that all right if I stay here? And he says, no problem. Go ahead and stay there. His mom and his wife is out there too. And they're all looking, and they don't see anything. Everything's quiet. Everything's just, normal out there. And so I decide to video. Actually, I don't videotape anything. I got my video camera on standby, and I'm just watching that area. And I keep watching. Now it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I'm still watching nothing. Justin's mom comes out, and she goes, I'm driving up there. And he goes, you're crazy. There's no way you're going to get up there, because there's the Frank Kern Canal, which is very, very large, surrounds this mountain. And she goes, I don't care, I'm going. So she takes his keys, gets in this truck, and she goes, and she's gone for about 45 minutes. And then finally she arrives, and she says, I couldn't get up there. And we said, duh, because it's private property up there. You just can't get up there, or else I would have done that. And so it's 12:30, 1 o'clock. The two ladies go inside, and Justin, they just had a baby, and Justin, is inside tending to the baby, and I'm out there by myself. So now I'm looking up there at the mountain. It's 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. Then the excitement starts to happen. What do you mean, Jeff? Well, it's completely dark up there. I started to notice some movement. And what I want to do right now is I am going to show you, and I don't remember which one it is. Let's see. I'm going to show you, which one is this one? Nope, not that one. Let's do vehicles. There you go. Now vehicles start to drive around. Start to come around this mountain, you guys. And so I start to videotape this, and I'm going, whoa, where are these cars coming? This is 1:30 in the morning, you guys. What are these cars doing, or vehicles? What are they doing coming around? And then all of a sudden, you see some lights here. I'm going, holy crap, is that the triangle? Are you kidding me? All right, so I zoom in, and again, you guys can go and take a look at all these videos on the Art Bell website. Everything is there. And now you got vehicles ascending on these three lights that I noticed that weren't there a little while ago. I'm going, holy crap, is that the triangle? Are you kidding me, Jeff? Is that the freaking triangle? And so I videotape it. I'm videotaping all this right now as we speak. And matter of fact, let's go to, Now let's go to there. Now we'll keep it there. And then it's only like a minute left. So hold on. I forward it a little bit. And again, here comes some more cars. They're driving like to the location, and they're going over the hill. And Justin's going, and he's there with me. And he's going, Jeff, there is no road that goes over that hill. I don't know where those cars are going or where they're coming from or what's going on. And he goes, I don't know where they're coming from. And so I'm videotaping all this. Just, I'm assuming Justin knows what he's talking about because he's lived there for a long time and he knows his surroundings. And at nighttime he goes out and sky watches and he knows that hill very well. So again, I'm videotaping these 3 lights, and another vehicle comes from over the mountain. And then that's what I'm going to show you right now as we are looking at the video that I'm showing on the screen. And this is number 2, the 2 of 5. So if you're watching us right now, if you're looking at the videos on the artbell.com website, this is 2 of the 5th video, so 2 of 5. So another vehicle comes from over this mountain, over this hill. And Justin goes, dude, there's no road up there. Where are these cars coming from, or whatever it is? And he's tripping out. All right, he's totally tripping out. What's the matter? Are we okay?
Yeah, just only say the videos
that
you're on.
So right now we are on 2 of 5.
Right.
Okay. Now for all those who are watching this for the very first time, I've had these videos for so long is I misplaced them on YouTube and I just found them. As a matter of fact, the first one, the driving to the crash, has like 73,000 views on it, and I've never promoted these videos at all. I just loaded them because I had them on V8, not VHF, but High 8, and I needed to download them because High 8, I'm afraid I was gonna trash the video. So I downloaded them on YouTube, and I forgot where I put them until I was on break last week, and I started going and just researching. And Phantoms and Monsters did a Lon Strickler. Phantoms and Monsters.
Is that like a helicopter?
No, that's a vehicle coming down from over the mountain towards this triangle
I see the
is.
headlights.
Yeah,
now, yeah.
He actually did a report on this, and that's where I found the videos. I'm going, holy crap! So I clicked on the videos. Now check this out. This is where it gets really interesting. A lot of people are going, whatever. It's just a car. It's just a car. Who knows what the car is doing? Or maybe they're having a party or something. Well, continue looking at this vehicle right now, you guys. Look at what it's going to do. All right, hold on. Keep watching it right now. Just keep watching. Boom. No, wait, not right now. Hold on, sorry. Hold on. He turns on something. This vehicle turns on something. Let's keep watching. There it is. He has a spotlight on there. Now, what in the heck is this vehicle? Why would it have a spotlight on it? All right, so
That's
he's
more like a cop car.
More like maybe military or security, CIA or whatever, because they are making sure I am not climbing that hill. That's what they're looking at, guys. They're making sure that I didn't bring anybody that's going to be stupid enough to climb that hill to get up to that crashed, triangle. But when I saw the spotlight on that vehicle, that's when I said, oh crap, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Because if it was just a regular vehicle, they would not have a spotlight on it. They would not. All right, so now the next one I'm going to show you is vehicles at the crash. I just showed you this one. Flashlights. Okay.
See,
this
now,
one.
We've since went up there with a thermal truck.
Okay, this one is number 3 of 5. This is the 3rd video, you guys. So right now, I've got the video camera zoomed in on the location of what I think is the triangle, and then all of a sudden I see people walking around this object with flashlights. I'm going, what? This is 2:30 in the morning, you guys. I'm still awake. I'm freezing my ass off because I'm on shorts, and I see people with flashlights running around this object. I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting this stuff on video. This is so freaking cool. All right, so that goes. There's still people running around with flashlights. Okay, let's go to the next video. And next video would be this one.
And what number is that?
This one is number 4 of 5.
Okay.
I'm zooming in on what I think is the triangle. Then at that point in time, Justin comes out and he's standing with me. This is like 2 or 2:30 in the morning. All right. And we're looking at that object till what we think is the triangle. And we keep looking at it. And then we notice something. And you'll notice it right now. And I'm going to go ahead and narrate it for you, though, who are listening on Art Bell. Again, the video links are there on the Art Bell website homepage. And we're watching number 4 video of 5. Watching number 4 right now. I'm zooming in on what I think is the triangle. I'm pretty sure it's the triangle because there's so much activity around this on this hill around this object. Then we notice something, and you'll see it right now. Bright lights start to flash at this location, and you'll see it right now when I zoom in on it. Justin goes, dude, I know what that is. I'm looking, I'm going, all I see is flashes of light, right? Flashes of blue light. And Justin goes, dude, they're arc welding. I'm all, what? He goes, yes, I arc weld. That's what they're doing. They're arc welding right now. And I'm going, it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Why would they be, and I'm trying to debunk all this.
Yeah, like they're just tweakers.
Okay, and then he's going, they're arc welding, and I get it on video, you guys, and I'm going to show it to you right now. You'll see it. Just keep watching. You'll start seeing the flash of light, and compared to what you see now, it's still the flashlights, but you'll see the arc welder right now. And I go to Justin, are you sure, dude? Because I don't arc weld. I don't know how to do any of that. And he goes, yes, Jeff, they're arc welding. So right away, what comes to mind is they're doing 2 things. Either they're trying to repair the craft, or it's non-repairable, that they are cutting it up and they're going to put it on a flatbed to get rid of it before sun comes up, because they know I'm out there right now with my cameras and I'm zoomed in on the location. So there's no way in hell they want to have Jeff Gonzalez videotape a top secret triangle on the side of the hill, and that would just make him look really stupid. Okay, and the arc welding is going to be coming up right now. Just keep watching it. It's at the end of this video. That's where we at here. Let me see if I can just got a couple more minutes here. I keep forwarding it when I'm loading it. Okay, there it is right there. Okay. Right about now, you'll see the there it is.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, that's arc welding.
Okay, and that's when Justin said, "Dude, I know what that is," and I had no clue. I'm going, "Oh, that is so cool. What kind of light? What are they doing?" And that's when Justin said they are arc welding, Jeff. And that's when I said, okay, well, either they're trying to repair it, or they're trying to cut it up to take it out of there. And there's no way in hell I was going to get in my vehicle and going home, because that's all I need is a Huey to come out of nowhere with a couple of hooks and to take this sucker out of there. And I was not going to miss any of that. So they are arc welding, and they are arc welding for a long time. I only took a small portion of the video, a video of them arc welding.
They would have started a fire if they were cutting that thing apart.
Yeah, so I at this point in time, I don't know what they're doing, obviously, because it's so far away. And this went on for a while, the arc welding. And I only got a little bit on video because it was repetitious, and I didn't want to get a lot of it on video. So they finished arc welding or whatever they were doing, and now I'm out there still, and it quieted down, basically. Mm-hmm. So I was getting cold. So I hopped in the back seat. I had at that time I had a Ford F-150, and it was a 4-seater, the one I had before, right? And I got in, and I was looking out my back window toward the hill because I was cold, and then I noticed, and I didn't get on video, but if you remember, Alan, if you're looking in front of his home, out toward the street, right across the street, there's houses.
Right. And
the back of those houses is a large empty field that go for miles.
Goes all the way to that canal.
Right. Well, a vehicle came up in headlights and was coming right at me, stopped, turned them off, and that was it. Like they were looking right at me. And they stood there. And oh shoot.
I'm sure they were looking right.
Oh,
at
they were
you.
looking right at me with infrared and the whole 9 yards. I know that's what they were doing, and they were eyeing me, man. They were looking right at me, and obviously I couldn't see them, but they could see me because that time, you know, I don't have, you know, $1,000 FLIR equipment, which they probably had, and they were looking right at me all this time. All right, so
Well, we went out there with Nat Geo.
right.
In this really nice, we'll have to show pictures of it one day, of this FLIR truck. I mean, I think you can see it if you watch the Chasing UFOs, even though they don't really talk about that very much
Right.
compared to what we really did out there.
Right.
And we actually found there was like a 4-wheel drive road that went over that hill, not something you take your car on,
Right.
but pickup could go over it. And while we were out there, a white truck was watching
Oh,
us.
you know what? I didn't have the video. Shoot. Okay. Well, all right. So let's tell them. Let me show the last video,
Okay.
and actually a couple more videos, and then we'll continue to talk about this. So, sun comes up. It starts sunrise. All right. It's 6 in the morning. I'm still, like, barely can keep my eyes open. I'm the type of guy, you guys, that I need my frickin' sleep, and I was dozing off, and I was like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to stay awake? Stay awake, Jeff. Slapping my face. Stay awake, Jeff. I called Emerald, and I said, Emerald, could you bring me, I forgot what I had her bring. I had her bring me some pants and some tennis shoes and some other stuff. So, because at that time, she lived next door to us, where we live now. And so she, and I don't remember what she brought up, but she met me up there. And sunset or sunrise happened, and now I was able to see the side of the hill. And so I started to videotape, and I noticed there was something on the side of the hill that was reflecting off the rising sun. And it was grayish in color. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. Okay. So, oops, sorry. Let me go back. Hold on. Go there. Screenshot. Okay. So, it's August the 22nd. This is 7:13 in the morning. And I noticed, see how far we are, guys? We are way out there. If you guys are watching the video right now, we are watching number 5 of 5. For those who are now at the artbell.com website, we are watching 5 of 5 video. This is the side of the hill where I am now trying to zoom in as best as I can with my cheapy Sony Handycam High 8 night vision. And that's one of the reasons why I had a couple of them. And I don't have them anymore. They broke because they're so old. But as the sun comes up, the clarity on the video becomes more apparent. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it right there. Okay. For those who can, if you guys are watching the video right now on live stream, you see these spots over here? We have some triangle burn marks on the right-hand side. All right, and keep your eye on that. Do you see that?
That's why I said if they were arc welding, like if they would have tried to cut that in half,
it would catch fire or something.
It would have caught fire the side of the hill, unless they knew what they were doing. And one guy was, you know,
right. So I noticed these triangle burn marks on the right-hand side, but I'm still looking at the center thing here, the silver whatever it is, just at the hill. It's just sitting there. All right. I don't see any movement whatsoever. And I'm looking, and I'm trying. I had my binoculars, and I had a telescope, and it was really far away that I couldn't really tell what that was. And to me, it looked like whatever is there, it was covered with a tarp. That's what I think that was. That was a gray tarp covering whatever is there on the side of the hill. And that's it. I mean, when Emerald got there, she jumped in my truck, and we drove around, and we tried to get into that location, but you can't. It's gated.
Yeah.
It's private property. We tried. I went all the way around to 168, and I couldn't do it. So I came back. That thing is still there. I am so freaking tired. I'm dozing off. I said, you know what? There's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can do. I need to go home. and that's what I did. I went home, and I went to sleep, and I had all this stuff on video, okay, and I don't know when they came back to retrieve the craft. Obviously, they did it when I went home, because I was not going to stay there any much longer. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I couldn't. I really couldn't.
I bet they came and got it that night.
True. You know what?
You know,
I
so
didn't
nobody
come
would
back.
see him do
Well,
it.
you know what? Or that day, because even if they would have came during the day, I think
Nobody's really paying
paying
attention.
attention. Why would they? Okay, the only people who would be paying attention is Justin and myself, and I think Justin had to go to work. No, it was Sunday, the following day. So I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know what happened. It's far away. Justin didn't have, you know, great equipment to zoom in to look. So they could have very well, you know, had a crane out there, lifted it on a flatbed and taken it. And Justin would have never known. All right. Only reason why he saw it at nighttime or at sunset because of the light. The lights were really bright. So that happened on the 22nd. Then what I want to show you is the day after. I had a report. I had some people on Shaw Avenue who have contacted me before, right around Shaw and Academy Avenue, east of Fresno in the city of Clovis, and said there was a lot of excitement where they live. And they get a lot of stuff on video. Well, the day after, they got something on video that totally blew me away. And it actually was flying from this area where the crash occurred the night before. And I'm going to show that to you right now. And that is also on the Art Bell website right now. And it has the Sanger Paranormal Society logo on the front video. So all those who don't know, it's probably the last video, obviously. And I'm going to show this to you right now. And they gave me the video. And wow. I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to basically just say, wow. It's definitely a triangle that they got. I don't think it was a drone. But there it is right there. Silent, not making any sound. Yes, a blinking light underneath, but it was a triangle, and I'm going to stop it right there. Well, no, I'm going to keep on going. And it was going from left to right. It was going from west to east, and it was coming from the direction where the incident happened the night before. If you notice right here on the front, what the hell is that? Are you guys seeing that? I'm going to see if I can stop it. Boom. There is like an arm protruding from the front of the craft. Why would that arm be there? I don't know. Okay, but there it is, and they got that on video.
And that is pretty much what they described that they saw crash.
Right. Now,
just like that.
We're not, looking on the other side. There's probably lights all around this thing, and they got it on video. They were part of my sky watching team for a while. After all of this happened, they were being harassed big time. They got up and moved to Seattle, Washington. They said, "We're out of here, Jeff." As a matter of fact, if you have seen the Chasing UFOs episode, the one we did here in Fresno, she is the first one they interview, and they blocked off her face because of all the stuff that was happening to him. Now, at that time, I was with MUFON, okay, which I'm not with MUFON anymore, and you guys all know why. Okay, hold on, what's going on here? We see you. Okay, so let me get out of here, and let me go to here.
Just
lost. I didn't see. Doggone it! I didn't show you the video. Let's watch the video again. I'm sorry. Okay, here it is. I'm getting excited, guys. I'm getting excited. So okay, so here is the what they witnessed. Sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. So here it is, right here. All right, keep an eye on it. It's going from left to right, and it has an arm protruding from the front end of this triangle crash. And I know you guys see an arm. I know you guys see an arm. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop it right there. See it? Right there. Now, you guys are saying, well, it had the blinking light. Yes, it had the blinking light. If our government was going to test flight top secret aircraft over public areas, they would be smart enough to add a strobe, because as soon as somebody sees a strobe on a craft, they're going to think, oh, it's an airplane, or oh, it's a helicopter. You know, you guys really have to pay attention to your aircraft. Depending on the size of the aircraft, you have to have certain colored lights on it, certain color strobes, certain number of strobes depending on the size of the aircraft, especially on helicopters and on large airplanes. You know, people nowadays, they don't pay attention. If they see something in the sky, they're automatically going to assume it's an airplane or a helicopter. And that's it. And they're just going to continue on with whatever they're doing. You guys really have to pay attention. And that was not a helicopter, and that was not an airplane. It was probably a top secret aircraft we were testing.
You know what I noticed, like in all the reports that we get, they always have a flashing light, and usually a red one, right? People say it is a red flashing light, and the reason, I think, is because everyone is like conditioned from you're a kid. You know, there's a red flashing light. Oh, you don't even really look. You know what I mean? It's like a little glance. Oh, airplane, and then you look away and you don't pay any more attention.
Right.
If it was doing something different, then it would make you look at it, you know, harder and longer, and then you would realize it isn't what that, you know.
Right.
And I don't know how many people that I've talked to, even recently in the last month, and they for some reason they stayed looking at the object, even though it had a red blinking light. There was just something that made them look longer, and then they realized it wasn't what they first thought it was.
Sometimes the shape of it and the way the lights are positioned on the craft. You know, if you guys go and watch, it's just on YouTube, the episode where we were on Chasing UFOs. At the very beginning, when James Fox, Aaron, and what's the other guy's name? Ben. When they're driving into Fresno and they're in their SUV and they've got the laptop open, and this is the video they were looking at.
Right.
And Ben goes, "Oh, that's an airplane. Look at the size, not the size, but the shape of the craft. It's an airplane." And I'm going, "Okay, Ben, you are a nuclear physicist." Okay, this guy is a brainiac, and he's saying this is an airplane. Are you an idiot, dude? And, you know, James Fox and Aaron were sitting right there. They were probably going to, if I was there, part of the team, I would have turned to you and go, "You're a freaking idiot, dude. That's not an airplane. You're just saying that because it's your job." You know,
well,
Ben.
On helicopters and airplanes, one side has to be green.
I'm going to show you.
And one side has to be red. I mean, that's how all... Like, if you see a helicopter go by, you'll see a red flashing light, and then if it makes a circle, as it comes around, you'll see a green flashing light.
What I'm showing you right now on the screen is a snapshot of the video.
No red or green or nothing.
No,
it's all white.
Well, actually, the bottom, the blinking strobe was red.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
So
but
that's the fake out one.
That was the fake out one, which is dead center of that triangle.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm showing everybody right now on live stream is a snapshot of the craft.
That's not an airplane.
Okay, is that an airplane, you guys?
No.
Try to tell me that's an airplane. I'll slap you right now. Okay, that's not a helicopter either. All right. Now, Ben was saying it's an airplane, and I'm going, what? Where did you guys get this guy? Well, obviously, you know, if you have a team and you're on a reality show and you're trying to show people about UFOs or Bigfoot, you're always going to get the debunker of the team.
Right.
Example,
that's the way he was.
That's the way he was. Example, Finding Bigfoot has Renee.
Yep.
And Chasing UFOs had Ben. That's what the whole idea is that you'll always have to have that naysayer in there to contradict any information or any evidence that you have. That was his job. That's what he was getting paid for. But come on, dude. We're not that stupid. All right.
See, like one of the people in chat. I think he's from England. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
He said that his mom saw a triangle ship when they were in the car in the 70s, and she said she got bad vibes from it. I actually think that there's the triangle thing. Some of them are ours.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them aren't ours. Like the ones that everybody's seeing that are 2 miles.
Yeah.
That's not ours.
I don't think that's ours.
You know what I mean? Like if you see something 2 miles across and sometimes as high as 5 miles, we didn't make that. Like where
would we keep something like that where nobody would notice it? Now, granted, you guys, where we are right now in Fresno, California, Central San Joaquin Valley, I call this Paranormal Central. Why? Is we happen to lie right in the middle. I mean, we are literally a stone. I mean, as the cry flows, Area 51 is right over the hill. And then we have Lemoore Naval Air Base, which is south of us. And then we have China Lake, which is another naval another air base. Which
we have Vandenberg.
We have
right
everything
on the coast
around it
from us, and when they fire, like Vandenberg fires off rockets and missiles and stuff like that.
Right.
And when they fire them off, we get calls.
Sure.
All the time, and then you go outside and look, and then you're like, "Oh, that's the contrail of a rocket." And it's all different colors, rainbow colored, and it's all twisty looking and everything.
Right.
That's from a rocket, but a lot of people don't know that.
Right. So we get a lot of excitement here, and things have tamed down because we figured out some things.
And we always talk about it.
Yeah. So, and they hate us for that. So, they were using Fresno as the guinea pig to test their whatever they had fly over Fresno because.
Oh, I messed up. He wasn't from England.
Oh, okay.
Oh well.
So
sorry about that.
So they were testing a lot of stuff over Fresno, and they probably always have been for a long time. But we have some instances where I would get some calls, and they would tell me, "Hey, there is something flying or hovering southeast, example, or northeast of Fresno," and more calls would come in, and then all of a sudden. The jets started to take off out of the airport, one right after the other, right after the other. And then I get more calls, and they said, "Jeff, the jets that just took off out of the airport are now chasing these lights over Fresno." And that happened a lot here in Fresno. If you were with us, 6 years ago, I would say right around the time that this all occurred, that's the kind of excitement we were getting here for a long time. And I remember we had a case like that where I actually had, matter of fact, your sister who lived around Friant, right around that area, witnessed all this. And we had like 6 or 7 people call in that Sunday night when I had my show, and told everybody exactly what everybody witnessed. And everybody witnessed exactly the same thing. I remember that night because I ran up the stairs of my 2-story house, and I looked out the window, which is facing north, and I saw some twinkly lights at a very high rate speed going towards the mountains, and I saw the jets chasing after them. And these things left them in the dust. And I went, holy crap.
Yeah, you remember we even had a military guy that was telling us, this is that, and he was giving us all this info, and then all of a sudden, he wouldn't talk to us no more.
Yes.
Remember? What was his name? Mike or something like that?
I remember him.
Remember, and he was seeing them, and he was giving us really good descriptions.
And matter of fact, he saw a very large one come down over the 168.
Right.
He stopped talking to us.
That's right. Yeah.
And you couldn't tell us why. Well, I know why.
Yeah. I mean, he did tell us why. He said, "I can't talk to you no more."
Right.
Because they were going to take away his benefits.
You guys are on the list.
Yeah.
You guys are on the list.
I felt bad for him because he really wanted to tell his story, but if he got hurt.
Oh, he was injured.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah,
and they were threatening him to take away his benefits, like not take care of him. Right. So he had to shut up.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's listening to us right now. He just can't talk to us.
Right.
I remember him. God, I completely forgot about him.
Our government really sucks.
We've ran into so many people.
They might take away my benefits.
We've ran into so many people over the years doing this, and some of these people we don't hear from anymore. Now let's continue back on to the people who used to live at Shaw and Academy Avenue. You guys all remember the white vans incident? Well, this happened right in front of their house. All right, and I'm going to show you the white van incident. Let me go out of there. As for all those who don't know, I work for AT&T Telephone. Right, it was a Saturday morning. I was working. So happens I was working east of Academy Avenue on Shaw, and I was working on a trouble ticket out there, and my cell phone went off, and I had an email, and it was from MUFON. That's the time I had MUFON. Wait, let me forward this. Stop this. Let me stop this. I used to be the state section director for MUFON at the time, and Ruben Yarte is the director for Northern California. He's the one who sends me the tickets, and I got this ticket, and I looked at it, and I'm going, holy crap! This was before the whole triangle incident in August. Okay, so what I'm showing you right now happened way beforehand. This is how it all started from that area. And the ticket said, and they gave me the address of 11,000 East Shaw Avenue. And I said, that's just down the street where I'm at. And so I finished my ticket, and I got in my AT&T van, and I was going back into town because I picked up another ticket. And I looked at the address, and I was noticing I'm getting closer to the address. And then I'm coming up to the location, and I see the house, but across the street, parked directly in front of that house, was this white van. And I cruised on by, and I looked at the driver in the van, and it was a guy in a nice dress shirt with a tie, crew cut. And this guy was built. He looked like a freaking, I don't want to say a Marine, or maybe a CIA, a big dude. And he looked military to me. So what I did is I played like I was still working, and I got into my AT&T van, and I made a UE, and I parked about 3 houses west of that house that was on my MUFON ticket. I got out, I put out my pylons, and I got back into my truck, and I started to videotape this white van. And the white van was just sitting right there, and this was directly across the street from the house that called in the UFO prior to that night. All right. So I found it extremely strange because this is about 9:30 in the morning, and I noticed, again, the guy had a crew cut, had a shirt on, had a tie, and he was just out there, just kicking it right in front of the house. So I was videotaping, and I was trying to zoom in on the license plate, and I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't work. And then I noticed something else, and I know something happened, and I'm going to show you right now what happens here. If you keep looking at the video, now.
When we went on a few calls out this way where people were reporting stuff, and there was one couple we talked to, and they said they would sit outside of their house, and they would play with a little laser pointer.
Oh, that's these guys right here.
Yeah, and they said that they were pointing at trees, and it would go real far, and then all of a sudden when they would get to a certain place, the laser pointer would disappear. And it was like something was blocking it or swallowing the light up in their pasture.
Let me tell you about, anyways, while I'm videotaping that one van, another van shows up, and I'm showing to you that
like
right
twins,
now.
Huh?
Twins, okay? And they're right in front of this house where the incident I got the call from.
So that was the same people, right?
Same people, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you about, this is how I met these people. And I'm just going to say her name is Amanda, and I don't remember his name. But again,
they can't see the video?
What?
They're not seeing it?
Are you kidding me?
Do you have it like where they could see it?
Oh, I'm such a stupid head. All right. Let me go to this. All right, let's try it again.
I should know. I'm sitting here looking at the iPad, and I don't even see it.
Yeah, I know. Okay, here we go.
I'm not paying attention.
I'm going to forward it. Okay.
I'm too broke.
So there's the van.
To pay attention.
Okay, there's the van. Right. I'm just going to forward it. And then all of a sudden, another van shows up.
It duplicated itself.
And I said, are you kidding me? And they'd have no clue I'm videotaping them right now.
And they're the very exact same identical looking vans.
Right. And they're scoping out this house. So let me tell you about this MUFON ticket that I got, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let me get out of there. Let me go back to here, to there, to there. Okay. What happened to these people the night before is they were out. Let's see. They were. It was the kid. It was the kids are out backyard, and they were goofing around, and they noticed what they thought was this airplane, a very large airplane, coming right into their house, and it was going to crash. And they go running inside the house, screaming, "Ah, it's going to crash!" I don't know what they were saying. They were yelling at their dad and their mom. Their dad and their mom were upstairs. Their dad comes running down in his underwear, and his wife is following him, and they run out the backyard, and they see to the south of them what's to be a large aircraft, what he thinks is like a 727, 737.
I remember when they said that.
Okay,
that's when he was out running in his underwear.
Right, and the aircraft is coming in right to their house, and it's going to crash. So they all run out the front door of their house, and now they're running down Shaw Avenue. He's running in his underwear, in his tighty whities, and his two kids are following him. With his wife is following him, and they're running and they're screaming, "Ah, it's gonna crash! It's gonna crash!" And their dogs are running with them, and they duck somewhere behind a tree down their neighbor's house, expecting to hear a big explosion,
and nothing
happened. And they're like, "What? And so they get up. And they go, and the thing is gone.
Yep.
It's completely gone.
And they never even heard a thing.
Completely gone. But while they were running down the Shaw Avenue, the street, one of their dogs got hit by a car and died.
Yep.
They were so upset about that because they were running for their lives, and their dogs were running with them while one of their favorite dogs got hit by a car and got killed that night. So they were devastated and traumatized at the same time. And at that point in time, they didn't know who to call. They went on the internet and found MUFON, initiated, and they filled out a report. And that's how I got the report, because that was my territory. So I call them up and I tell them, "Hey, can I come later on after work and talk to you?" Which I did. I arrived that night around 7 o'clock. I sat down and I spoke to them. I spoke to each individual. And even the kids were there, and they all told me exactly the same thing. Now, when the father is actually an electrician by trade. He goes, "Jeff, let me tell you something, what I felt and smelled in the back when I was out there looking at this thing." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Have you ever smelled burnt electronics?"
Right. I remember that.
Remember that? He goes, it smelled like burnt electronics. And he says, the hair on my arm were standing in like static electricity.
Yeah, like if there was a high field of
energy.
Yeah.
And he goes, I smelled burnt electronics, and I felt the energy on my arms. And that's what he said. And it didn't dawn on him to think, wait a minute, airplanes don't do that. He just saw a very large craft with lights coming straight to their house that was going to crash. But what they didn't realize is this thing was hovering in the back of the field of their pasture way in the back, and it was hovering. They thought it was going to kind of crash into their house, but that's not the case. Whatever this thing was very large, and it was putting out an energy field that smelled of burnt electronics. And he felt it, and he smelled it, and he says that's what I smelled. They don't know what it was. Obviously, it disappeared. Now, I've been back there. Well, at that point in time, I talked to him for a while. I think I was there for 3 hours, talking to him, and they took me out to the back, and he says that, Jeff, sometimes we come out to the backyard, we sit on the porch, and we have a laser. And like Alan was saying before, he goes, we have a laser, and we shine the laser way out to the back of the orange trees that are like.
And he said it goes like way
and they
out
can see
there.
it, and they can see it, and it's like we're talking about 200 yards, and they
Yeah.
can see it. And what they would do is they would point the laser. Hold on, let me just make sure we're good here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
They can
That
still
that
see
that
us.
they're pointing the laser right, and they start, and they move from left to right, and they go like this. Left to right, and then all of a sudden they would see the pointer, and the pointer would disappear. And then they continue on.
But they could still see past the pointer what it should be aimed on or
Well,
on, and they can't see the
pointer, and all of a sudden they would keep on going, and all of a sudden the pointer would reappear.
reappear.
Like,
yeah.
what the hell just happened? Like the point, like it hit something,
You're right.
and
That they can't see.
That they can't see. Like something was out there, invisible, just sitting there. And they would do that a lot. And they'd go, "Whoa, wait, where'd it go?" And they'd go move it back. There it is. Oops, it's gone now. And they're like scratching their heads, like, "What the hell?" And it so happens that this is where that aircraft was coming in that one night, where it actually, what they thought was a large aircraft. Maybe there was always one out there just kicking it, being invisible. They were, shooting the laser or a portal or something. All right. That's what these guys were witnessing. They've gotten other stuff on video as well. But the white vans and all this other stuff, they were being harassed, basically, is what they were doing.
The same was happening to Justin at the same time.
And Justin was being
He was
harassed
getting
as well.
harassed. Like he would call us up and like he'd tell me, "Come over, man, come over. I got to show you something," and then I would go over there and he said, "You see this TV that that he didn't have on, but it was like a big screen, flat. That wasn't there. I have no idea, But only he would say things are moved around. We went to the store, we came back, and all kinds of stuff in his house would be moved from here to there, and he'd be telling me, and you don't know what to believe,
Right.
because I didn't see it at the other spot,
Right.
But only you could tell that something has him and his whole family worked up.
They were messing with him big time.
Oh,
because
man.
he was sort of catching on what was going on north of Fresno. And they did not like it at all.
No.
So the same goes for these people who lived on Shaw Avenue. They were harassing them to the point where they said, "That's it, we're done, we're out of here." They got up and they moved to Washington.
That's a trip.
All right. Now,
that's really getting messed with.
right. So for all those who want to see a couple of these stories, the Chasing UFOs episode is on YouTube, and you can go see it for free. And it's called Dirty Secrets.
Yeah.
All right. The whole episode is on Fresno, California, and my investigations. Aaron Ryder and James Fox and Ben and the team were down here for 8 days shooting. All right. And that is unreal. They usually stay at one location for 2 or 3 days tops, and then they move on. Here, they did not want to leave. They were here for a couple of weeks shooting. It was crazy, and they got harassed. The team was followed every single day they were here by white vehicles, and they were being harassed as well. So they knew. At first, they thought, "I think Jeff is smoking the crack."
See, that was about the same time as the gatekeeper. I mean, somebody was asking. I think my sister.
Oh, the gatekeeper.
Whatever happened to the gatekeeper? He's still there, as far as
we
know.
need to go talk to the gatekeeper.
I was wondering, we should go to that house where those people lived that moved. Maybe we should just like one day walk up there and ask how anything weird going on around here. Just to see if maybe they're not having the same thing
in the backyard,
happen.
right?
What if it's government people that bought it this time?
I don't know. I think they were renting it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know, but it's a good idea.
Man, that's a nice place. I want to go rent it.
So like I said, some interesting things have happened to us in the past years since I've been doing this. There's a lot of stuff that you guys still don't know that have happened to us.
Yeah, some of it we still are working on.
And it's to the point where is this actually happening to us? And it is. When I went out and matter of fact, you can go Google Fresno Triangle Crash 2010, and it will come up all over the place on the internet. All right, it's there. People did stories on it. People said I was smoking crack, and people just didn't. They just, you know, they couldn't believe that I actually did all this. Got video, went on my own time, spent the whole day out there. That's what a real investigator does, guys. All right.
Yeah, freeze your butt off.
Yeah, in my shorts and my
get no sleep.
Yes. So that's why I get great stuff here, because we don't investigate behind the desk. We don't do that.
No.
All right. We go out. If we get a good story, a good case, we're going to follow up. We're going to go to their house and we're going to talk to them. If we can, we're going to spend the night. We're going to go camping. We're going to do whatever it takes to try to get some evidence.
Like that one where the family was being abducted, and I think this is in the same time frame as all that. And they kept coming every day, and they said they wanted their device back or something,
yeah,
right?
Jamar and Cholene.
Yeah, and they're like, we want, you guys took something from us, we want it back, right? And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. So every night, man, these aliens are coming in and messing with them and saying, we want this thing back, right? And finally, the son went and got it and brought it out. He had picked it up while he was on the ship. I guess it was some kind of,
I don't remember what it was.
A wand or something like that. And he had picked it up in the ship and took it home and then hid it. So, and once he gave it back, they pretty much didn't have the every night thing,
right.
But they still were being
messing
abducted.
with them.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, for like 2 weeks, they're being abducted every night. Where's our device, you know?
Right. And what's cool about that is, again, we investigated that case. They called me one day, a long time ago, guys.
It was a long time ago.
This was
right when I got started.
I was on Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't on live stream at that time. I was on Blog Talk Radio when this happened. This case happened, and they lived by the airport here in Fresno, California, and they were witnessing triangle crafts. And one day, Emerald and I went and went to their house and sat down and talked to them, and they were telling us all of the activity that was going on with them. And it just so happens that they were both Buddha, practicing Buddha, right?
Right.
And they were doing a lot of meditation, and they were witnessing a lot of things, and they were that other people could not see. And it had to do with meditation. One of the nights, I remember we went outside, and Jamar goes, something's going to happen tonight. And he goes, you better set up your equipment. And I said, okay. And my equipment is just a camera on a tripod, guys, at that time. And I turned it on, and Emerald, myself, and Jamar, and I don't know if his wife was out there in the front yard, but we were looking up. And then all of a sudden, we see this bright light come out of the sky. And it came out, and it got brighter, 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 and it stopped, like in the clouds, right at us. And then it went straight up. And Jamar and Emerald and I looked at each other, and Jamar goes, that was it. They wanted to let you know that they're here. And I looked at Emerald, and Emerald looked at me, and we went, what just happened? And you guys can ask Emerald the next time she's here, guys. That actually happened to us. And that was a trip. So, and let me tell you something else that happened with that family as well. Their mother, and you got, they're all Buddha, okay? They all practice that religion, and if you want to call it a religion, and their mother, I don't know whose mother, I think it was Cholene's, her mother, the wife's mother, who lived with them, was having these dreams, and she says to them, I have dreams of plates. I don't know how she described it. She goes, plates. And they were going, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then one day, Saturday morning, the kids were in the family room watching cartoons. And it just so happens that they were watching, I don't know what cartoon, but it was a cartoon, and on the screen, there was a bunch of flying saucers hovering like a lot of them, right? And then she walks in, and she starts screaming. She goes, that's my dream. That's what I see in my dream. And Jolene and Choline come running in the family room, and they see all these flying saucers hovering to prepare to attack mode. And because she was saying plates, saucers, plates. And she doesn't know what a UFO is. And Jamar and Cholene looked at each other and goes, whoa. And so she was having all of these dreams, the same dream over and over again, of a large fleet of flying saucers coming in over the horizon. And they were totally tripping out. There was another story that they had. And
they actually moved. They moved too, but not...
Oh, yeah, but they moved to a nicer house.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, guys, in Chasing UFOs, those two they actually interviewed them as well.
Yeah, they did.
It's on that episode, Chasing UFOs. The episode is called Dirty Secrets. Yeah, and you'll see them. He's African American, he's black, and she is Asian. And
they're really nice.
The coolest couple you will ever meet.
Really
Trust
nice.
me, what coolest couple you'll ever meet. So there is something to meditation, cleansing yourself, and eating the right foods that allow you to see these things. And they said, it's been a while since I've spoken to them. I need to call them up or text them and say, hey, what's going on? Have you guys had any other? Yeah. So, and maybe we need to bring them in and sit down and talk and have them talk to you guys about all the stuff that's happened to them. I think they'll trip out.
Yeah, because even though they moved, they still were having.
Oh yeah. I think they would love to come out. I mean, they like what we're doing. They hope we succeed. Succeed. What the hell was that? I don't know what that was. I had a ding ding. So okay. So anyways.
Yeah, I heard it too.
So okay. So anyways, that is the stuff that's going on here in Fresno, California, you guys. It is absolutely crazy, and we're having a blast, and it's nonstop. All right, it's constantly nonstop for us here. So all right. All right, so let's continue to talk about other things as well. Fresno, we are still having sightings. People are still calling me. Matter of fact, I just got a call from Oakhurst. She lives right on the boundary where the forest begins.
Oh, yeah, she invited us, right?
Yeah, she invited us, and she wants us to go up there. She apparently is seeing she's saying cloaked aliens running around her backyard, and she sees, because of where she is, the stars are so bright that she actually sees ships, and they're actually in war formation and doing stuff up there that you can actually see. But what's interesting to me most of all is the cloaked objects that are running around in the back of her house. She says they're aliens. Maybe they're Bigfoots.
Could be.
Okay. So she invited us to go up there. I called her, left a message. She hasn't responded back. And I'm waiting for her to do so, because we are going there to be there so fast, guys. That's what we do here. When we get invited by somebody because they have supernatural occurrences going on at their place where they live, of course we're gonna go.
Yeah.
You'd be stupid not to.
I mean, like the last one we really went on was not long ago, like maybe a couple months now, with the 5 Bigfoots, and it's like if you didn't know what was going on, you wouldn't know that they were all tied together.
5 Bigfoots, refresh my memory.
Out by Avocado Lake.
Oh, got it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, he wants us to come out there and spend the night.
I would love to. I mean, this guy. There was camouflaged people with AR-15s or whatever running around, chasing 5 Bigfoots on his property. And then we not only that, but we got calls from some little kids a couple of years earlier.
Not too far away from
and yeah, not far away. And they quit walking in go to their friend's house path because this Bigfoot, they saw this Bigfoot. So they
that was our first call many years ago.
Right. But only now we didn't know, but all this ties in, because then not far from there, we went and researched that this guy called us, and we met him in Sanger at a pizza place. Right. And we've got pictures of castings and stuff, big giant ones. And guess how many Bigfoots? 5 Bigfoots. This guy up here sees 5 Bigfoots. These guys are seeing 5 Bigfoots.
And these people have never spoken to each other. They don't know each other. and they live right around the same area, and it's a countryside, and it's like, really?
It's just farms, big
Yeah.
farms.
Okay.
You know, and
Produce, though. There's a lot of produce in that area, hence the Bigfoot activity.
And actually, like now, this one that you got, Oakhurst, I've been hearing things about Oakhurst ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Out there, I mean,
You know,
that place is active.
With a lack of water, guys, it's like they've got to be down here. Big
Yeah.
time. They've got to be down here. Now, we were supposed to go up to the spot this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, but Alan called, and the gates are still closed, and it was probably because of the massive storm that was coming in.
That's what they're saying.
Well-
This guy was being rude to me.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Did you
I
give him
mean,
the gate?
really short.
You gave him the gate number and everything?
No, I just said the Isham Gate.
Uh-huh.
They know what it is.
Okay.
I mean, if you had said, "Oh, I don't know what Isham is," you know,
Right.
but only he didn't even hesitate. He goes, "Not at this time, and not in the foreseeable future."
What?
That's what he told me, and I was like, "That's what I said." What? You know, usually you open it, and he says, "Well, not in the foreseeable future."
Whoa.
He goes, "I can't give you a date, and it isn't in the near future either." You know, and I was like, "Huh? Like, are they planning on keeping it closed forever now?"
Well,
You know?
we are going to walk in if that's going to be the case, or ride in if that's going to be the case, because you are not going to keep us out of this public land, you guys.
That is public land.
It is
It's
public
ours,
land, so
you know.
screw you guys.
Yeah.
All right, screw you guys.
And
for
you
trying
know,
to keep us out.
really, like if you look, it's on the internet. They have a map where they're trying to turn a lot of area that people are allowed to go in right now, and a lot of people might notice there's gates everywhere now.
Right, they're putting up gates left and right.
And the plan is right now they open them for the summer, but only the plan is to never open them again, and then you have to have a permit. They'll permit you to go in there with a permit, but you can only walk or take a horse. And you know, they know everybody doesn't have horses and can't afford horses and keep horses. You know, everyone can keep a motorbike, but they won't allow a motorbike or anything like that, you know, which really sucks.
Right. So, well, we will figure things out to get us up there, because trust me, we've walked it before. We can walk it in again. I know you did too, and it was hard on you, but we'll figure something out. So.
Well, I'll get something, and then I'll let them write me tickets, and when I go to court, I'll just, you know, fight it.
And then
That's
sue them.
right,
So
yeah.
you're going to keep a handicapped person out? Yeah, no, you can't do that. So.
That's right.
All
I'll
right.
carry extra batteries in, you know, and I'll go all the way in there and out.
Right. So, all right, let's continue on. Let's talk about a prediction coming up. Let me put something up on the screen here real quick. Where is it at? Right.
A prediction,
A prediction. They are saying planetary alignment could cause a 9.8 earthquake.
Man, I heard this when I was a kid.
What?
I heard this when the
The
California's going to fall
Well,
off in the
okay,
ocean
yeah. I
and
mean,
all
I've been
that,
hearing
you
that
know,
for a
yeah.
long time too, as
Yeah.
well. But you know, when we have earthquakes, usually, when. Okay, let me rephrase that. When we have an alignment of the planets, most of the time
There's an
we
earthquake,
do get
yeah.
an earthquake. We do. And it's not necessarily here in the States. It could be in other, locations around the world. But it's strong earthquakes. As a matter of fact, I think the one that happened in Japan, we had a planetary alignment right around that time. And that's when the Japan earthquake hit with the tsunami and all that, right? Fukushima. Well, May 28th, which is, what you got, 26?
Couple days.
Which is what, Thursday?
Yeah.
So
it's just-
26, 27, 28, Wednesday. All right. The planets in our solar system are supposed to line up where there's going to be some gravitational pull, and usually that causes some Earth movement. And I don't know who's predicting this, but I'm putting this out there for you guys. All right, because I just want to say this is all over the internet. Be on the lookout or feel out for a good size shaker on the 28th, which is on a Wednesday, 20, 25, 26, no, Thursday. Okay?
I mean, I'm not going to discount it because
Now,
the Earth, there's a volcano awakening.
there's
in the
so much
ocean.
going on right now.
There's earthquakes been going up and down the state right now.
Right now, I have an app on my iPhone, and all the earthquakes that we are having are on the San Andreas Fault.
Right, yeah.
They are
And they're
every
4
single
and
one.
5s.
Yes, 405. I mean, Napa Valley. We have one in Oregon. I mean, all of these good side ones are happening on the San Andreas Fault line, you guys. All right, now let's continue on. So that's on the 28th. So I am just now. Am I predicting this? No, I am just telling you guys because there's a lot of you guys out there who don't. It's not your job to go out and look up these weird things. That's our job.
But people like to do it anyways.
Yeah, but our job is if we find something, our job is to tell you about it, whether you believe it or not. I'm just going to show it to you, and I'm going to tell you what the word is. And right now, on the 28th, there. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm just putting it out there for you. All right, so let's continue on.
So, and really weirdly or oddly, they've been having these earthquakes everywhere. All over the place.
It's really, really, really bad.
Oklahoma is getting known for earthquakes, and I have family there, and they used to tell me, we would be talking about California. They didn't even want to come and visit us, right?
Because they're afraid of the earthquakes.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, we're going to go out there, Only I would always tell them, I'm not going back there. I'll get sucked up by a tornado,
Right.
And I'm more afraid of that than an earthquake, really.
Right.
But only they've been having earthquakes now, 4.0s and stuff.
Now, if you guys notice right now, Oklahoma, the Madrid fault line is getting hammered right now up the Mississippi River with earthquakes and weird weather.
Yeah.
All right. Now, isn't it kind of weird that our military is setting up shop right in Texas, right in the outskirts of the Madrid fault line? Like they're moving in all this stuff.
Helm, whatever.
Yeah. Can this weird weather be us doing it? Absolutely. I mean, we have HARP. You guys all know that exists. That's the real thing. And it's just kind of weird that, I mean, I was listening to some meteorologists in that area, and they were saying, where in the hell did this storm come from? They weren't expecting a storm like this to hit. The Madrid fault line, which goes from north to south, and if you guys go Google Madrid fault line, you have the outskirts of Oklahoma and up that way, Tennessee, and it's a fault line that has been very active lately, and with a lot of water that has been dropped in that area, it's a lot of weight, and with that weight could definitely trigger something, and I was just saying that isn't it just a coincidence that our military is stocking up on military vehicles in that area. Now,
I wonder if because we don't have water and the lack of weight is causing the earthquakes here. I mean, this is probably the lowest I ever seen anything.
Water, right?
It's pretty dry.
The underground could be caving in.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what I want to show you really quick is a short video that was filmed by a passerby in Texas, and he stopped and pulled over, and he noticed some military vehicles. Oops, come on, Jeff. He noticed some military vehicles that were stacked on the side of the road, and they were just being stored there. All right. So he took a video of it, and that's what I'm showing to you right now. And he didn't know what they are. At the time, I didn't know what they were. But people did some snooping and investigating, and they actually tried to see what kind of a vehicle or vehicles these were, right? And so this guy, when he pulled over and he's talking on the video right now, he's going, you know what? I'm not conspiracy theorist or anything, but what are these all positioned and kicking, right? So I'm going to stop the video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what a snapshot of these vehicles. All right. So somebody went on the internet and decided, hey, well, what are these vehicles? I thought these were vehicles that carried parts of bridges that you can make. I thought these were bridges, mobile bridges put together.
Yeah, and then they put them together. Yeah.
But I was wrong. Dun 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 dun. You were wrong, Jeff. Yes. They're
What are
actually
those, missiles?
They're actually missile rocket Turkish vehicles from Turkey, and they're actually rocket. What's the word?
Rocket launcher.
Thank you, rocket launchers.
Oh, and then the box pops up like that. And
But what you didn't see was the actual missiles inside.
right, they're not loaded.
And we have a call coming in. Let's answer this call real quick.
So those are even tracks. So
Hello, this is Jeffrey from Paranormal Central. You're on the air.
Oh my goodness, I didn't realize you were on live right now.
Who's this?
I was just returning. This is Lola Lee. I had left a message on your
Yes.
email.
Is it okay if you talk to us on the air? Come on.
Sure, I don't mind.
All right,
Sure.
cool. This is
Cool,
this is
alright.
this is the lady we were talking about, Oakhurst. So
Yes, I live in Oakhurst.
awesome. So tell us about what's going on in your backyard.
Well,
See, it's not.
I
that loud.
happen
Why
to be I have a really horrible echo, but I happen to be a very visual person. I'm a somewhat retired professional photographer. I worked in aerospace for 20 years as a photographer. So I'm always looking up. And where I live, it's a very dark neighborhood when it's a moonless night.
Cool.
You know what? Maybe I should call you back on my landline because I have a horrible echo.
Okay,
Yeah, good
go,
idea.
go ahead. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
call me back. Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Why is the volume not?
The phones for some reason ain't working so hot tonight.
No, it's not. And I've not done anything different.
And he looks at about a bazillion connections. Oh, he found
I
it.
found it.
Yep. Something wasn't connected. Aha. You hear that?
I found it.
Now we have sound.
Sorry, Keith. I found the problem, dude. I know. Kick me in the butt. Sorry. That was Art Bell's, guys. Yep, I found it.
Oh, yeah. Even the ringer sounds.
All right.
better.
Hello. You there?
Yes, I'm here. Is this better?
A lot
Oh,
better.
man.
And we found our problem on our side, too. So now it's even double better.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what's going on in your backyard.
Well, I look up a lot, and when it's a moonless night, it's super, super dark out here. And the first thing I started noticing was what I thought were like shooting stars or falling stars. But the more I looked at it, the more I realized that they were shooting sideways, almost like I would see one dart across the sky, and then a few seconds later, I would see another one dart across the sky from the opposite direction. And then as I looked even closer at what I thought were stars, I realized stars don't move back and forth like that. Sort of like,
Like
it's hard to
zigzag.
explain, but sort of like they're jiggling back and forth.
Wow.
And so that didn't look right to me. And so I just kept looking and looking, and then I would see like a star, it's up at the level and it looks like a star, but it's, or, like a, when you can travel and you can see like there's a traveling satellite going across the sky, except these would do like a sudden 90-degree turn all of a sudden and
Whoa.
then just disappear.
Oh, wow.
And, satellites don't do that. They
No.
usually just travel from one direction of the sky to the other.
Oh, yeah.
And so then I decided, well, I'm going to pull out my old Sony video camera one night. And
Cool.
it was, again, one of these very dark nights where the sky is just, I can literally see the most amazing Milky Way from the backyard when it's super dark and it's not cloudy and the conditions are just right. And so it was one of those nights. My camera is very old. It's probably 15 years old, something like that. I got it when my son was just born. So it's very old, but it has a setting for night vision.
Night shot. So it's a Sony, right? I think I have the same one. It's blue and dark blue and gray.
Yeah, super. Like I said, I forget what the model number is.
I
mean, I
think
could go
we have
look
the
at it,
same
but
one.
Anyway, so one night I decided to zoom in on what I thought was a very strange-looking star, and I got kind of frustrated, and I had the camera sitting on a tripod, but I couldn't see as well as I kind of hoped the camera would pick up. But nonetheless, I hit record anyway, and then I let it record for a few seconds, maybe less than a minute, and I turned it off. But I never actually reviewed the footage until a couple of weeks later. And when I did, I was astounded to see that star that I had been looking at, which indeed was not a star, came zooming down at the camera and darted around a bit, and it turned out to be this, like, orb. And it was sort of like a metallic geodesic kind of like, do you know what a buckyball is? It sort of like looked like it wasn't smooth round. It was sort of like it had facets on it, and it was round, and it appeared to be like a silver color. And so when I reviewed the footage, I thought, what the hell's that? I mean, that's bizarre. I've never seen anything like that. And of course, kept looking up. And this is about the same time that I came home one day, and after a baseball game, watching my son play Little League, I looked up at the sky, and there was a perfectly laid out grid over our neighborhood.
Whoa.
And I remember looking up and saying to myself, where in the hell is everybody going? And then proceeded to come in the house and go about my business. And then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, it hit me that this is not right. The reality check kind of checked into my brain. And I went back outside and I looked up and I thought, you know what? I live in the middle of nowhere. I shouldn't have this kind of air traffic. And then why is this a grid? And so that kind of woke me up to, chemtrails and noticing that there's an amazing amount of activity over Oakhurst in terms of the chemtrails.
Now, do you think the spraying over your area is to prevent you from witnessing whatever is above that?
Probably. I really don't know. I've gone down that rabbit hole, and I've done a lot of research. I've taken a lot of thousands of photographs of orbs coming out of chemtrails, of just very strange things. I really don't know if it's, I have a couple theories. One, it could be because global warming is so bad, and they're trying to, protect the Earth from the damage that the sun
trying to
is
fix
occurring
trying to
planet.
fix
Or
it.
B, it's basically the best weapon you could have from a military standpoint, right? I mean, if you own the weather, you basically can almost win any battle. And so it could be that. It could be, some kind of military program where they're using it for radar communication, because I understand by putting all this shape, this stuff in the sky, it allows them to communicate better via radar. I really don't know. I know it's not right.
Right.
I know that people have analyzed what's in these chemtrails, and they're full of, strontium, and all these horrible things that basically aren't good for us to breathe.
I'm glad you brought that up, because after we speak to you tonight, I'm going to show everybody a report that just came out about Fresno, and I have that. So, okay. So now you are observant now. You're very observant.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Like I said, I'm a former photographer. I worked in the industry for 20 years in the aerospace industry, and so I'm a very visual person. And when I see things, I notice things, basically. I see things, and if they don't register with my brain as being something that's right, well, I want to get to the bottom of it.
Cool.
Okay. So now you mentioned to me in your email that you're being followed?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I opened up a huge, giant can of worms. So I started talking to my neighbors and to my family members, and I posted a video that I put on YouTube of all these photographs that I took in my backyard about the chemtrails. And then I originally posted the little video that I took of the orb that came shooting down at me. And then subsequently to that, one day, as I was observing the sky, I saw what looked like this giant airship, and it scared the daylights out of me. So I came into the house, and I tried to get my son or my husband to come outside to look with me. Of course, they think I'm crazy, and they didn't want to do that. So I was frightened. For some reason, I normally don't get scared, but at this moment, I was a little frightened. So I decided to try to videotape this right through my kitchen. I have my breakfast nook. I have a giant bay window in the breakfast nook. So I thought, well, I'll just try to photograph it through the window because I was afraid to go back outside by myself. And as I was doing that, this giant green orb came shooting down. It went through the damn window, came around behind me, and then shot through. My breakfast nook is adjacent to our great room, and it shot behind the couch where my husband and son were sitting watching television. It kind of shot right behind him and went out the French doors. And this all happened, of course, very quickly. I have never in my life ever seen anything like that. And actually on the video you can see a green flash. I mean, I wasn't focused inside the kitchen or inside the breakfast nook. I was just kind of trying to focus out the window when that happened.
Right.
And I just thought, holy crap, what the hell was that? Of course, my husband and son didn't see it because it went behind the couch where they were sitting. They were actually facing the television. We have a huge television in the great room, and that's what they were engrossed with watching, and that's where their attention was. But I was just like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, yeah.
And maybe
and then
your
just after
fears
that,
is...
I started noticing, and I can, on any given night, I can go out and photograph orbs with my Nikon camera.
Wow.
I mean, by the dozen.
Okay, so describe this airship you're talking about.
It was quiet, and I'm on about 3 acres, and I have giant oak trees in my backyard. And I have a huge golden oak in the backyard. And this thing was hovering right above the oak tree, and it was white. I didn't see any kind of colored lights or anything coming from it. And it was sort of like that between dawn and, right at dusk where the sun is going down and it's just about to get dark, but it's not dark. And it was smooth, and it was not necessarily, it was not a roundscape. It was more like an oblong thing. And I remember, and it was so big, and that's what frightened me, and that's why I came into the house, and I wanted to get my husband or my kid to come out and look at it, and of course they didn't want to have anything to do with it, because they think I'm crazy, and so that's where I went to get the camera to try to videotape it, and then that green orb came shooting in, and of course that scared me, and then of course it disappeared, or I didn't see it anymore. The other thing that is also kind of interesting is that there is a huge pond, probably the distance of about 2 football fields right behind my home. It's a big giant pond that all of the houses in this neighborhood sort of sit on it. We're actually a ways away from it because we bought this property off one of the neighbors that sold off some of his land. So his house is actually on the pond, and we're like right sort of behind him on our 3 acres. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I know that a lot of sightings are near water. Of course, right now the pond's pretty low because of this drought.
Is it really
but
deep?
Since then, I've just have seen, and I have photographed some very strange anomalies. There was a point there where I could see orbs with my naked eye. I didn't need to capture them with the camera. Very odd. And then I just, like I said, on any given night, I can go out and photograph orbs.
Now, tell me about the objects that you are witnessing that are cloaked, running around your backyard.
Well, at first,
kind of like the Predator, huh? Do they shimmer or something?
For the sake of sounding, I'm a totally sane person. I just want to let you know that. But okay,
don't worry,
so
you were probably.
so
people think we're crazy
one night I'm
too.
having dinner with my son and my husband, and I happen to sit facing that window looking out in the backyard. And as I'm sitting there, I see these little, creatures come up out of the ground. They march across the yard, and then they go up a tree. And I'm, sitting there thinking, what the hell, holy crap, what is that? Little, triangle people. And basically, if you've ever seen the movie Men in Black, where they're in that lab and all those little creatures, a whole bunch of different little,
yes.
that's what these look like, okay? And
That's
so
what I
at,
was
at
just
this
thinking.
time, by now, my marriage is on the rocks. And actually, I'm actually going through a very bitter, horrible divorce right now. And my son and my husband have since moved out, and so I'm here in the house by myself. But this was when we were still living together, and I really couldn't say anything because things were pretty strained, and he already thought that I had just lost it. He, that didn't believe in chemtrails and thought I was spending too much time on that. And more than anything, I was just like concerned, what is my son breathing?
Right.
We would go to these baseball games, and there would be grids right over the baseball field, and I would think, and nobody else. It's like, wake up, people! But this is not. I mean, I grew up in Burbank, California, not far from the airport. I never saw this nonsense going on, and these like weird rainbow balls. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah.
Where there'll be.
It's really bad here. Really bad.
Yeah.
We have it
And
bad.
so, just too much activity up in the sky, and so that caused a lot of problems in the marriage. So this night I'm having dinner, and I see these things, and I'm thinking, what in the hell is that? And so I went out and I started taking pictures with my cell phone, which sees sort of into the near infrared, more so than my Nikon camera does. And I started noticing that the trees.
You've got mail.
And there were areas in the trees that are kind of like a blurry, sort of like certain spots would not be sharp the way they should be. And or more importantly, what I was seeing with my physical eye did not match what the camera was capturing. And I thought, well, what the hell is this? And so then I started, I went and got my Nikon and started photographing a lot of things. And so it's been a long, long journey for me. This has been now a couple years. And so I've kind of come to the conclusion that they're probably nature's spirits, because they've never hurt me. I've never been hurt, knock on wood. But definitely there's something that cloaks in the trees. I mean, it's not, they don't photograph right, they don't look right. And I was a little bit astounded that I had never, because I've taken, over my lifetime just thousands and thousands of photographs, and I had never noticed this. And then suddenly, what is going on here? And so, and to this day, I don't know what it is. And then I have these old stagecoach roads that are in my neighborhood, and so I like to walk, and it's about a 3-mile loop that I would take. And it's in certain parts of it, it's just like a dirt country road. And on one occasion, I was on my walk with my dog, and my dog kind of went nuts. And I wondered, I thought it was probably, we have a lot of roaming deer in the neighborhood. We're right next to an apple ranch, so there's a lot of deer in the neighborhood. But his reaction was.
Wait. Did you just say apple ranch?
Yes.
Holy crap. That's Bigfoot.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to, is that I believe I saw Bigfoot.
I'm
course,
sure you did.
It's not like I can come home and talk to anybody about this, because it's just the time when they all thought I was crazy, so I didn't come home and tell anybody. I think I saw Bigfoot on my walk.
Yeah.
But I think I did.
I'm sure you did.
My dog went crazy, and so I was a little spooked. It was kind of like our eyes met through the trees.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then I just kind of stood still in the dirt road that I was, and then I just heard like rustling, and then my dog, the hair on his back, stood up on his spine, and normally if it's a deer, he will chase it away.
Right.
In this case, he just stood there with the hair up on his back, and I thought, what the hell is that? And so I just kind of looked over. I didn't, whatever it was disappeared. And I just kind of went on my walk and continued the loop. I didn't go pass by there again. But then, like maybe a week later, the curiosity got the best of me. And during the day, I decided to go. This was at dusk when I was out on my walk. And so this was in broad daylight one day. I went back to that same area where I had heard the rustle and seen these eyes that were not normal. They were not deer eyes. They were not mountain lion eyes. They were not bear eyes. They were eyes I've never seen before. And so I went back, and I was getting kind of snoopy, and it looked like something had been bedding down there, sort of like all these branches kind of like laid out, like it's either like a bed,
Right.
like somebody made like a bed, like, you know, like when deer, they will lay down, they usually find like tall grass, and then they'll lay on it, and so you can see like the flat, this happens in my own backyard, just like a flat impression of where the deer are bedding down at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
It probably likes watching you walk by there, and probably does it all the time, is sitting there.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I actually, for a while, I stopped walking by there just because
Yeah.
I was a little bit spooked. And then at that time, my schedule didn't allow me to walk during the day, and so I was always walking like right before dark. And one of my neighbors that lived sort of in that area stopped me and said, you know, you really shouldn't be out here walking at this hour, because this is when it's kind of dangerous out here at this hour. You know, mountain lions come out, the bears are out. You shouldn't be out here. It might have a little rat terrier, so it's not like he could even protect me. It's a very small dog. And so he kind of spooked me, and I thought, I wonder,
maybe your neighbor knows what's out there.
And he probably saved your life, really. I mean, because if
they would, well, I mean, why didn't I somehow I don't think they're harmful. I don't.
No, they are.
They are.
Are they?
Yeah, they're cannibalistic. They'll eat you, and they like women and children the most.
Yes.
So I mean, like that was probably the best advice anybody ever gave you, right there.
Really?
Yeah, they're stalkers, big time.
Now, the apples on that. How far from your property is that apple orchard?
Oh my goodness. Well, it is. There's a house next to me, and then there's the apple ranch.
Oh,
The house
man.
next to me is probably, like I said, I'm just on 3 acres, so it's not that far actually. It's on probably maybe like 6 acres, but it's long acres. In other words, it runs along the side of my property down to the pond, and then the apple ranch is right there.
Do you have really good cell phone service where you're at?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, yes, I do. There's an antenna. That's
I have an
beautiful.
idea.
Well, we are going to take your. We want to come down.
Do you have any? My question is, do you have any infrared goggles or any of that kind of equipment that people are using to look at stuff and pick up in the night sky?
We have a little bit of stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm even considering renting one.
Well, we do have
mostly to prove to people I know what I see. I mean,
right.
The other thing that I see in the sky, and I don't know, other people have seen these things. I know they have. It's like a blinking. It looks like a star, but it's way too low in the sky, and it's blinking red and blue. Have you guys witnessed anything like that?
Yeah, you know what you could do, and this is for everybody listening out there. You can put an app on your phone that will tell you the planets. It'll tell you satellites coming over, all that stuff. So the first thing you do is rule out everything, right? So you want to get the app for your phone to tell you if it's a planet and then if or a star or whatever. Once you rule out everything, that's whenever you start going further with everything.
Well, now you're saying
kind of
the
thing.
blue and what other color was it?
Blue and red.
Okay.
Blue and red.
Is it just 2 colors and that's it? I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no white lights on it or anything else.
No, it's probably like returning.
Well, it looks like a white shining star, but then it's oscillating back and forth with the blue and the red, and so I know it's like either some low stationary satellite. Of course, the other thing is that there's just so much military.
Right.
Right.
Helicopters,
Exactly.
black helicopters that will hover in the forest, like right near me
Oh,
for
really?
hours.
Really?
Well,
yes.
I always see him
And then,
going
like,
that way all the time.
Recently, I was on a daytime walk with my dog, and so I decided I would hide from these helicopters. And they circled around and came back, and I was, with my dog under the bush, just seeing if they would be able to find me. I did not have my cell phone with me because that's a very, big tracking device as far as I'm concerned.
It is.
And they came back around, and I thought, what in the hell are they? It's sort of, I felt like it's a complete invasion of my privacy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the military, I'm pro-military, but
Right.
it just seems like
It could have been they weren't after you.
If they were
no,
looking.
I know they're probably looking for marijuana orchards. I imagine.
No, they probably were looking for Bigfoot or other things, right? Like
in
other,
your area, yeah.
that you're seeing, right? The things you're experiencing.
It looks like you have a hot spot there.
Yeah.
And they are aware of whatever's out running around, and they're trying to find it.
We've not. This isn't the first time we heard stuff like this, and we go out and we investigate these things like that, where you're, and usually all the things you're talking about is all the things that happen, you know, and it isn't the person, even though they will mess with people, you know, like if you get in the know, then they'll start messing with you because you figured it out. You know what I mean?
You mean the military?
Yeah.
Well, now have they followed you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, see,
oh,
they know
yeah.
she's
I've
in
been
the know
followed.
already.
I've been, like I said, it took me a while to catch on, but like I said, I'm very visual. That's the kind of side of the brain I think on, and you can clearly tell when, you see the same white van every time you go somewhere, or the same set of cars, and so then I decided, well, you know what, I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start taking your photograph, and they certainly don't like that.
No.
That curtails some of it, but I still, to this day, get followed. I mean, all the time.
Do you still have those photographs of those white vans?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I do. Yes, of course I do.
Well, then, kind of.
Keep forgetting I'm on the air. I don't know. Goodness sake.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I would like to see those pictures, actually.
Me too.
Sure.
And
I'd like to send you pictures of all these orbs I have. I mean, I have taken hundreds of orbs.
I would like to.
Here's the other thing. Our house is in new construction. It's not that old. We built this dream house here.
Cool.
And I have so many windows, it's ridiculous. It's almost like
that's because there's
house you ever want to build to have somebody look in every window at every corner of your house.
You have a 360-degree view, though, where you live. Like, I used to live in the foothills, but it was more like towards Toll House, right? And it was the same thing. We had windows everywhere. There's a view every window you looked out,
Exactly.
And I hardly went camping ever again because I could go outside, and that took care of my camping fix.
Right.
That, and I was scared of Bigfoot.
Well, now see, I don't know why, but I've never been afraid. I think by now, if they had wanted to hurt me, they certainly could have. I've been living here, almost, 9 years.
Well, they're opportunistic. Like, if everything has to be totally right, and they have to be like wanting something to eat. I mean, they may just been watching you, but only like I talked to a lot of people around our area and in the like Native Americans going back like several hundred years, and they're not nice at all. They're most of the time they're just watching and everything, and that's what they get the feeling like. They're cool, but only now. On the other hand, has there been times when you're out there and you don't know why, but all of a sudden you're so scared you gotta run, or you feel like you need to run away, like and you don't know why, you just have this fear come over you.
Well, I have the sense that I'm being watched.
Right.
That has happened to me, but I don't know if it's. I mean, I've had some strange things happen that I really don't want to talk about on the air, but yeah, no, I've had some very strange anomalies here that occurred, and I did get scared, but...
Well, these things, they'll put the fear on you so bad, and I don't know if it's like they're having a bad intention, but with your senses...
My whole mindset is that they are friendly.
Right.
And I've almost gotten angry when people say they want to shoot them and kill them. I go, why? Don't we want to get to know? I mean, but it's interesting. So you must have evidence of people that have actually been physically hurt by them.
Well, I've talked to a lot of tribal members, and it goes back hundreds of years. They even had a war with them because it kept stealing the children.
And that's in this area we're talking about.
Yeah, okay? In our area.
I live on what used to be former Chuck Chansey property.
Okay, well, you would be in the tribal area of where they had the war then, and they weren't going to have a war because the things are huge, all the way up to 14 feet tall or more.
Yeah, no, the eyes that I looked at that
Yeah.
day were pretty. It was tall.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely.
But
That's where
it would go and steal the babies and eat them, and they didn't know they were eating them. They just knew they were stealing the babies. Then one day they stole an important person's baby, and they tracked it and found it sitting up in a tree eating the baby, and then that started the war. They shot at that one with arrows and mortally wounded it. And then the war was on after that, and there was hundreds and hundreds of tribal members killed, and almost 100 Bigfoot killed over that.
Do you think like all these people that go missing in Yosemite, this is what's happening?
Very well could be.
Yeah.
But not all of it is that. Not all of it is that. Some of it could be just abductions. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things going on, and we don't know. We don't know. And
yes. I
for me, it's like you're gonna trust them based on how you feel, right? I feel like, but only we don't really know. You know what I mean?
I think that by
it's
now
just by on a feeling,
All the things I've seen, that if these things wanted to hurt me, I'd be dead.
Well, I mean, they might not have needed. They might not have been hungry. They might have got apples and or killed a deer or something right behind.
Well, they may not all be Bigfoot.
Well, that's not what I've been doing this since like 1987, and I saw one myself, 10-footer, and I watched it for over an hour, and I seen what it could do. It runs faster than the wind. I mean, the thing was massive muscles, and he was agile, and he was smarter than any animal that I used to hunt all the time. And I mean, I quit hunting because of them.
And did you grow up in this area?
Yeah, I even lived in Yosemite for a long time. I mean, I mean, and I know all the tribal members. I worked at the casinos as the marketing director. And,
I just sent you a an email with a photograph. Well, actually, no, not a photograph. It's a
drawing.
A drawing.
Yeah.
You tell me if you can get on the internet right now and tell me if that's what you saw come out of the ground.
All right, let me go back to the house. My stereo's on, so I'll have to turn it down.
Okay.
And then I will. Can I respond to that email and attach some of my orb pictures? Or
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. We definitely want to come down. If it's okay with you, I'd like to place some game cameras out in the boundaries of your house and maybe where that bedding was at, and I want to place some cameras out there.
Okay, that is actually not on my property where the bedding is. But it's property that I'm most certain you could get away with doing that.
Okay.
Because it's
Is it
BLM?
YLP?
It's what?
YLP, Yosemite Lakes Park.
Oh no! I'm in
okay.
Oakhurst.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
actually my elevation here is about 3,100 feet.
Cool.
And I am just.
You're like on the edge of the forest.
Exactly, I am. I'm up against national forest. There's a big chunk of national forest that basically after the house next door in the Apple Ranch, there's another house, and then it's like a national forest strip.
Wow.
And in fact, when we were building this house, I came home one day and there were these giant handprints up on the window, and I assumed they were a bear print, right? Because I'm a city girl, and my husband was actually working on location, and I got scared, and I called Fish and Game, and I said, "Hey, there's these huge handprints on my window," and this thing was standing up. You could tell it was like 9 feet or taller, right?
Right.
And so the lady says to me, and I thought, I was so naive, I thought maybe they'd come out and, I don't know, catch the bear or whatever. And so she looks at she wanted my dress, and she looks it up, and she says, "Well, honey, what do you expect? You're right up against a national forest." I said, "Well, I didn't expect bears looking in my window."
Now, as you being a photographer, you did take pictures of those handprints, right?
Oh yes, I have those handprints.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
yes. I even posted those, I think. On my
you are going to send those handprints to me tonight, okay?
Okay, those I need to locate. Those are I'm sure I can find them, but
okay.
I can send you the other stuff I have. Let me just turn my stereo off so I can get to my computer. I have my streaming music on my computer. Let me turn it off here. And then I'll log on and see that picture you sent me. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. Yeah, we see, I don't have any game cameras with me right now. They're all up, all over the place.
They are all over the
cameras
place.
that can see in the dark at night.
Yes, they take photographs with motion. So if something walks in front of them, then they'll automatically take a flash camera. But the flash will be infrared, so you can't see the flash. And I place these high up in a tree. I actually gap the tree, and I'll put them up like at 15 feet up, so pointing down. So if someone is walking around, they won't see it, and they won't steal it, because obviously you have to climb up the tree to get it.
Tree to get it.
Right.
Nobody has stolen them since we did that.
So, and right now, all these cameras that I have are up in the Sierras, and actually a couple of them are down
in the
here,
valley.
in the valley.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to go get those and go up to her place maybe next weekend or something.
Yeah.
So
We found the Bigfoots are not only just in the mountains; they're down here too.
Yeah, they're pretty low
in the valley.
and you're in Fresno?
Yeah, we're in Fresno.
Okay.
But they're coming down here at the bottom, Avocado Lake. They're actually coming down as low as Avocado Lake. So.
Well, past Avocado.
Yeah.
But only they're coming down here because of the food. Like when you said apples.
We knew right away what it was.
Yeah.
And then also the pond with water.
We actually, the UFOs hide in the ponding basins. Like every time we get reports of UFOs and stuff, some of them are seen inside ponding basins.
Right.
So I mean, that's why I was asked, how deep is the pond? Is it deep enough?
Well, right now the pond, I can send you photographs. At one time was quite beautiful, but now with this drought, I don't.
Yeah.
It's pretty low.
I think everything's that way now, but it doesn't mean that they won't park out there and cloak. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, in the clouds. That's where they cloak. Are you kidding me? They're in the clouds.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be on the ground cloaked too. We were just talking about that right before you called, about some people we know that had some property out in the country, and they would use their laser, and point at things on their property, and in some places the laser would disappear, and it was a cloaked vehicle out there.
Right.
Yeah, I've had some very strange.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
So I'm on my computer. Did you send anything? Because I don't have anything in my inbox.
Really?
Did you send it to? Well, you sent it to the email address I
Yes.
have.
Check your your junk.
Okay.
I wonder if it went there.
The spam folder. I don't know. We got like only 7 minutes.
Yeah, we have. So okay, this is what.
I mean, it doesn't take that long.
I know. Okay, well, you know what? Go ahead and send me what you can tonight as far as the orbs go, and see if you can find those handprints. I want to see those handprints. And we'll be in contact this week, and we need to come up and look at your area and walk around the outskirts of the boundaries of your property. And I need to get some more.
You know what I'll do is I'll email you my address so you can look at it on Google Earth.
Okay.
And it can give you a better idea of the lay of the land.
Awesome. That way we'll get a look at that apple
And then
orchard.
I'm off tomorrow. I work sporadically during the week. I
Okay.
have a kind of an unpredictable schedule, but
Okay, that's okay. Let's keep in contact this week, and then hopefully we can figure out when we can come out. Maybe next week sometime.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, I
Perfect.
appreciate you calling in,
Thank
and
you
thank
so
you very
much.
much.
All right. So
and
long. It was nice meeting both of you. You guys rock, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That, my friends, is why I have a 24-hour hotline. Right there. And are we going to go up to her property?
Oh, you bet.
You bet your ass we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take some cameras, and we're going to set up shop. There's an apple freaking orchard there. All right, you guys who have been listening to us for I don't know how long knows what happens when there's an apple orchard there. All right.
And if she has cell service, like, I want to get a Wi-Fi camera.
Well,
so
those cameras
bad.
are expensive too. So
I know, but I'm going to work on it.
All right.
If you could put one at an apple orchard with a pond, all there, right there,
Right.
man, just imagine what you might find.
Well, we have to go out and scope out the area and see what she has. So if not, I'll go purchase a couple of more cameras and get them cheapy ones. But we got to get them up there and find out when the apple orchard is in harvest.
Usually in the fall.
In the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're actually okay right now. But they're probably still around there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of game that
the water. The game is going to the water to drink, and as they do that, they stake out the pond and they basically attack and kill whatever it's trying to drink.
I would bet we would even get mountain lion on there and everything, because the pond is going to be where
source.
Everything goes. Yeah,
the source. So,
man,
wow,
that is so cool.
Okay, so we got.
I wonder if it's that is what she saw.
Yeah, when she said creatures, guys, coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
This is what she's witnessing right here. Okay, coming out of the ground, and yeah.
I know. I thought maybe we could tell her to go look at that video.
Well, I'll send it to her. So that way she has an idea of what, and then go from there. But yeah, I think So this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to go up there. We're going to investigate for you guys. We're going to set up some cameras. We're going to set up shop, and hopefully we'll get some stuff. This is what it's all about right here. Yeah. We're investigators. We're not going to just sit here and say, send me whatever you got, and we'll go from there. No, we're going to go up there on our own time, and I'm going to go spend some money, get some more cameras, maybe take what I have as far as the DVR goes and cameras. I don't know, set up shop. We'll see. But here's a great opportunity to get some great evidence, and we're going to do it. Right.
Yeah, maybe she could let us. It's saying something like it.
And I got my floor now for my iPhone. So
music.
Oh, okay. All right, we're out of here, guys. That was really quick. So, all right, Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. We want to say thank you very much for showing up wherever you may be. We'll be back next week. I hope you enjoyed it. This is your first time. I hope it's not your last. So, okay, take care. Good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I have to pay attention to.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.